Fuck you!
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out! Combo move! This is what they've been doing! Hey, McAfee!
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick!
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Hangman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner math.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where, as fans, we do have these desires of what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rapid whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan, and with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining Chase U was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
They got the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with All About Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, the first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday.
If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James is talking about.
So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people saving people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Devin.
Cool. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly insanity known as the Saturday Shenanigans. It is I, the moderator extraordinaire, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. But I am not alone. I do have with me at least a pair of fools. Can't really call it a gaggle just yet, but we'll see how many other people show up this evening. But I have a pair of fools. First of all, my right hand, if you will, the man who helps hold things down in my absence, Noah Foster, is here out of the hot seat for the first time in forever. How are we doing, good sir?
Doing all right. Again, Saturday's main event. Not a bad show. Feeling good. This should be a nice and simple show as well, because there hasn't been a whole lot for once in a week, which is actually a nice reprieve. So not a whole lot of heavy thinking or heavy blah to do. So it should be simple, but it should be interesting. But doing well. I'm just ready to go to bed before the cold front hits, and I have to deal with that madness tomorrow. Even if I have to do it from home, it's still going to be a mess to deal with outside from the driveway. So, as always, let's get right into it. But good to be here as always.
Okay. Joining us this evening for now, the third man of our commentary team from earlier. The big baller is still with us. Acknowledge the original Big G, not that Aussie wannabe.
No.
What is going on, Big G?
Nothing much. Like Noah getting ready for this massive snowstorm that we're getting hit by tomorrow, or I should say in a couple hours. So we'll see. But other than that, I'm doing good, you know. Been binge watching Veronica Mars on Netflix. Busy couple of days last week with work, with people buying groceries and soda and all the knickknacks, getting ready for this snowstorm.
You'd think that they've never had a snowstorm before.
You would think they, I swear, they think it's the end of the world.
I've seen people online posting about how they're going to the store and they're hoarding things, and it's given me flashbacks to the pandemic when people would stock up on 25 packs of 12-pack of toilet paper and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not gonna be that serious, y'all. Y'all may be snowed in, but it's probably only gonna be for a day or two at most.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
One 12-pack should suffice you.
No, but God, like there was at one of our grocery stores, Giant, somebody had from our local news station had posted a picture of like like one of the frozen sections with ice cream completely bare. I'm like, are you kidding me? Ridiculous.
It happens that way. I had seen somebody pop into the green room, was about to bring them in, but it looks like they disappeared. And now they're back.
Okay.
Didn't say their name, but they reappeared. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Meacham is here. Can't hear us.
Can anybody hear me? Because I can't hear anybody if they're talking. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you, Jeff.
Either I'm on delay or G is one or the other.
Well, if you can at least hear
technology's
people,
abound. I'll try to come back later. Good Lord.
Okay.
Constant professional. We're live here, pal. Why am I the only one that always has good
difficulties.
technology? 100% in order every time we're here.
Hey, I think it just adds to the shenanigans. I mean, usually it's me that has some kind of technical issue.
Don't
You
jinx
know,
yourself.
y'all have a snowstorm pending, so it's like y'all may be the ones with issues tonight.
Yeah, you know what?
I just ran through all the comments, so we don't need to do that again.
I wasn't sure because I was doing with other business as always.
No, it's all good.
All right, cool.
But yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it's been a slow week in professional wrestling.
Damn it.
There's really not a whole lot to talk about unless people, you know, join the chat.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll just kind of see what happens.
Sounds fair to me.
So I guess we'll start with Saturday night's main event. Saturday.
I can't wait to watch Collision tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's not Saturday night anymore because she's actually been popular enough to be on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Now that she's champion, they got her off of Saturday nights.
To be fair, she's one of those like John Moxley that actually works both nights. Believe it or not people are pigeonholed by a show in the AEW ecosystem. But that's a whole different conversation for another day if we want to really get into more AEW stuff, which I'm all for. But again, stay tuned, folks. Next time we cover AEW will be Down Under in Australia for Grand Slam against, unless that crazy loon Walter finds a holy match that actually justifies it, like AEW World Championship. But again, stay tuned. Cheap plug. Let's see.
And again, shout out to Walter, who's out there doing the UFC watch along right now. He posted in the chat that he got up to 900 views.
UFC, man, I'll tell you what.
So huge shout out to him.
All it takes is one particular name or one particular match, and boom. There's a reason why the UFC is $1 billion corporation.
Or one particular tweet, you know, to bring attention to the thing. But
that outreach.
We do have somebody else that just popped into the backstage area, you know.
Nice.
Saturday night's main event was in Canada A, so we have the Canadian king of food and smut, Nick, with us. What is going on, Nick? You are muted, by the way.
I'm muted. You just made my wife choke.
I made your wife choke?
Wow.
Shut up. I know where you're going with that.
Idiot.
I was just making sure I heard you right, sir.
I think so. What's going on, boys?
You know, it's another day. It's another shenanigans. We're just here to have a little bit of fun.
Where is everybody?
Well, Walter is doing the UFC watch along.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know about James. Jeff tried to pop in, but technical difficulties, so he was unable to stay. Ash is probably closing up at work, knowing her. And if that is the case, then she will probably join us when she gets home.
It's fella's night tonight for now.
Hey, you know, it's the trio that called the watch along and the Canadian king of food and smut.
Don't you shake your head over there.
No.
Noah?
First I almost made her choke. Now let me know if I made her spit.
Oh, Christ. We're all going.
She said,
at least JJ's going to hell.
She said she don't spit, she swallows.
Oh, God. So they're already gone off the rails, and we're not even.
Noah, how long we have? How long we have,
So,
Noah?
so Saturday night's main event. Let's get things back on track here.
You're on a countdown.
Did you get to see any of Saturday night's main event, good sir? You missed a really good show, honestly. You know, when Noah is impressed with WWE content, especially when there's only 4 matches in 2 hours, technically 3 matches.
Yeah.
Because the first match never got started. It was just an in-arena fight.
I heard about that.
You know, it was like watching a throwdown in a hockey rink.
Pretty much.
You know, fight for fighting, come back out on the ice, and they just keep going. You know, so
I
it's
didn't hear
like
that.
3 matches in 2 hours, and Noah is impressed. You've got to you take that into consideration. And before we go to Noah to elaborate, James is here. Yay, James.
Hi, it's me. I have to be on the phone though, so I'm not super loud.
Yay, it's James.
Oh wow, thanks. What a warm reception. That's like,
Well, you missed it, James. We already introduced Nick as the Canadian king of food and smut twice, and his wife almost choked and spat. So
that's
you know.
funny. That's funny. Yeah, that's
No,
about right.
JJ, we're not allowed to talk about that anymore.
That's right. There's no more talking about smut.
How the turntables.
And even Ryan is in the chat saying for him to enjoy it says a lot of the quality. And that's fair because Noah and Ryan are kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to WWE programming as of late.
Okay.
So
Fair.
Noah, go ahead. Give a little bit of a simple synopsis, if you will.
Well, they needed to kickstart some sort of interest in the WWE product ahead of the road to WrestleMania, ahead of Saudi Rumble, and I think this definitely did it. If nothing else, thank you, AJ Styles, just gonna more for giving me a match worthy of your New Japan days in a WWE environment. Their best match to date since they joined the WWE, quite honestly. And the rest of the stuff was okay. Honestly, Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, you got to consider them 2 key names to think about on the road to WrestleMania, if not winners for a Rumble. So neither man getting the better of the other here via the match, were both men with the same desire to kick Drew McIntyre's ass. Made sense for them to be taken out by the champion. As far as women's tag titles that have been done more times over than Big Show heel turns, overall was a pretty darn good match, and I'm curious now what that means for Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez's connections to each other in Judgment Day, the never-ending chemical romance of a Nessun SmackDown waiting to finally break apart completely and not be reinvented. But overall, the women, good showcase. The Fatal 4-Way, it was justified in the winner. Trick Williams, the newest shiny guy on the block, so they had to make him look strong. It meant that he didn't have to be involved in the decision. I think Randy Orton is definitely going to be set up later for the championship, if not for some sort of big program, because he's the veteran. So then you have Damian Priest. He's there. So it made sense for Damian Priest to be the guy that Sami Zayn got the better of in the end, because right now he's the most, let's just say, on still water amongst all 4 of those men, if we're being perfectly honest, the SmackDown roster. I thought the flow was okay. I thought the action was pretty darn good when it actually did happen. The 3 matches, they justified their decisions, and also they were decently timed. But more importantly, the only match I cared about tonight was justified bell to bell, and I love the callbacks to Tanahashi, Dragon Scrutiny, and the fist bump, and the Bullet Club bit. So pretty darn good stuff for a Saturday night's main event. That was just a show before the Royal Rumble. But it felt like it needed to do what it needed to do to actually bring a little bit of care, if not in Raw or SmackDown, but at least what's next for the people I saw on the show tonight. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to add much more to what Noah said. You know, me and Walter and G were talking on the pre-show about Cody versus Fatu. And Walter straight out called it. He was like, this is not going to be a match. The match is going to get thrown out. You know, something's going to happen. And while I kind of saw the vision he was having, I figured they would at least start the match. And maybe about halfway, it would turn into some kind of shenanigans, brawling outside the arena, match get thrown out. The match didn't even get started. They legit fought for like 20 minutes around the freaking arena.
Yep. Good grief. And used everything they could, including people.
Yeah, seriously. They fought out in the concourse. They fought out by the fans. Drew got involved at the end. Jamie Noble, Petey Williams, Shane Helms was out there. Nick Aldis was out there. it was a fantastic setup, and you almost got to wonder how they're going to build this, because I could see this going all the way through to WrestleMania.
It literally could be a great grudge program, because Lord knows they need some sort of depth on this card. And I think people are tired of seeing Cody Rhodes involved in the championship picture, let alone 3 Royal Rumbles. So we'll see what happens.
You know, AJ Nakamura, I never saw the Wrestle Kingdom match. I didn't see the WrestleMania match. I don't know what I missed to be able to compare and contrast. I do know from hearing people talk about it, like the Simple Man, that WrestleMania was definitely the weaker match.
Yes.
You know, that they wanted to try to get, you know, the feel of the Wrestle Kingdom match at Mania, and they failed miserably.
Yes.
So I was hoping going into this that it would be kind of what was being said in the chat room, the match that should have been.
And it was.
Based off of your reaction, that's exactly what they gave us. So
Look,
if what I saw tonight is any indication of what their Wrestle Kingdom match was like, then I definitely want to go back and re-see that match and then watch this one after it.
And you can be NJBro.com, and I highly recommend it. Look, it got the Superman's approval. That's professional wrestling, damn it. That's the first WWE match that got that in a long damn time. I don't think I've said that since Crown Jewel, John Cena, and AJ Styles.
This is going to be my question, because now I have to ask this of you, Noah.
Go for it.
You and I lived through that fucking awful time period. Oh, God. Ball Punch Nakamura was the shits.
Yep.
So they did this right, is what you're saying this time.
Yes, and it was all in ring.
Was it as good, or was it not as good as the Wrestle Kingdom match, but still very, very good to where you would recommend it to people? Or do you think it's even better than the Wrestle Kingdom match?
Hell no. It was their best match since both of those men joined WWE and faced each other one-on-one.
Okay, so you would put it this way: you would rank this. I know you love Taker and Michaels, right? So, like Taker and Michaels, that's your pinnacle WrestleMania match of all time. That is specifically the first one, but you also rate the second one like very, very good, as well because of the story. Would you say that would be the same case here?
Story being their careers versus the fact that this might be AJ Styles' final time he faces Nakamura here, I would say yes.
And I now have a reason to watch something from WWE. Now I have to ask. Lesnar was nowhere in sight on the show, correct?
Nope.
Thank God. Okay, so I actually have a reason to fucking tune into a WWE
Lesnar
something, and since Cena's last match, yeah, something like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, G, because I know you watch week to week, but Lesnar hasn't been seen for some time, right?
No.
He hasn't been seeing Survivor Series War Games, I believe.
Yeah, Survivor Series, correct.
I mean, he'll probably be in the Rumble if we're being honest.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't going to watch that show anyway.
But I'm just saying, like, he hasn't been around for a minute, so
fair.
They're definitely using him sparingly.
Yep. But yes, James, this was their best WWE match, period.
Okay. Yep.
Women's tag
I now have
title
something
match.
to tune into on the show. So there you go.
Women's tag title match. I'm a little bit sad they didn't go with my suspicion in that they began one of them turning is between Liv and Roxanne, especially when they both came out separately to their own music instead of the Judgment Day theme. But I thought it was a solid match. I really liked it. I liked Raquel's involvement. I liked La Primera getting involved to chase off Raquel. I was not disappointed by that match, and it's been a long time since I spoke highly of Liv. But y'all that were on the call heard me speak highly of her a couple of times tonight. So if anything, James, I'd go back and make sure you watch the show with our coverage just to hear me say nice things about Liv Morgan.
That's
main
an anomaly.
Yeah. But if you guys remember, if you really think about it and search your feelings, once upon a time, not that long ago, I supported Liv. I lived with people that weren't high on Liv, and over time, my vision towards her changed. I no longer live with those individuals, and my feelings towards her is turning back. Coincidence? Doubtful. That said, the main event, I think Noah laid it out perfectly. Damian Priest was there just to take the fall. You know, Randy Orton wasn't going to eat the pin, but they wanted to make it look like he was going to be the clear-cut favorite. If this happened anywhere other than Montreal, Quebec, Canada, he probably would have been.
Fatal four-way formula. Buffer, fall person, extra.
You know, Trick Willie was there just to get shine. He literally was in the ring with two former world champions, 3 if you count the NXT Black and Gold Championship for Sammy. You know, but like 3 elite athletes. Trick was there to get shine, and he shined like a motherfucking jewel. But at the end of the day, it was the right call giving Sammy the dub, because as I said a couple of times, you want the Rumble title match to be a throwaway match. You don't want it to be somebody that you want to have in the Rumble. I always go back to the Brock Lesnar Hardcore Holly title match from, I think it was Rumble 03.
Correct.
The fuck was Hardcore Holly doing in the fucking world title match?
Somebody
he had a mild feud. He had a mild feud with Lesnar as Lesnar was on his come up, and they knew goddamn well he wasn't going to be winning the Rumble. So save that spot for somebody else. Throw him in the title match. Let him go toe-to-toe with Lesnar. Let Lesnar beat the shit out of him. You had a fucking pay-per-view main event. That's what they're doing here with Sammy. But the difference is Sammy actually has the ability, the possibility to win, because they're going to be in Saudi, and how over he is in Saudi. Do they take the title from Drew in his first title defense? I'm not going to be on Simply Predicting, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But the Rumble is in Saudi this year. Mania is in Saudi next year. Sammy's going to come that close. So that when they come back for Mania next year, Sammy finally does it.
Well, I honor your prediction. You still need to do your paperwork to make it
I
official.
will. I'll do my paperwork. You know me, bruv.
Very good.
Just make sure I get it before Friday, because I'll be a little bit busy Friday night, and I'm probably going to sleep in as late as I can Saturday before having to jump onto the call. So
You're right, 2 p.m.
make sure I get the
time.
paperwork by Wednesday or Thursday, good sir.
You got it, as I usually do.
But yeah, I thought it was a really solid show, but I'm the ever optimistic. I'm not the negative Nancy. It's rare that you hear me run a show down. I was the one that found the silver linings in the TNA premiere on AMC. When everybody else talked about what a shit show that was, I was the one that spoke about the positives. So I'm not going to be the one to find the negatives in these type of shows. I'm easily amused. And I think for me, you could put on the shittiest match of all time, whatever you think that is. If we have a room like we did for Saturday night's main event, doing commentary, watching it along, I'm probably going to enjoy the fucking match. because I'm hanging out with my buddies, watching and shit talking a match. You know what I mean? It's like I find joy in that.
Fair point. I mean,
G, what do you think? Because I know Nick didn't see it. I know James didn't see it. So it goes to you now.
Yeah. I mean, for a Saturday night's main event, I thought it was good. You know, Noah pretty much touched on everything. The brawl between Cody and Fatu, you know, that's going to continue their feud. Hopefully, I mean, if it's not going to lead to Cody winning at the Rumble, I could see maybe Cody winning the Elimination Chamber match and somehow Jacob Fatu gets involved. And yeah, I know people are sick of triple threats at WrestleMania, but you want to have all your top stars on the card. So that could potentially lead to another triple threat night one main event between Cody, Jacob, and Drew. The women's tag team title match, I thought was good too. All four women looked strong throughout the match. Like you said, then you had the involvement of Stephanie and Raquel, furthering their storyline, which could potentially. It's not going to happen at the Rumble, and then you got the Elimination Chamber match, so you could have them. But do you wait that long for Raquel and Stephanie to go for the women's title match there? But we'll see where that leads to. And then the main event, I think everybody called Sami Zayn winning that. It was the obvious choice. They were in Montreal.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're going, now, like you said, now they're going to Saudi for the Rumble next week, Saturday. It's so crazy that next week's the Rumble already. Like holy cow.
End of the month, dude. End of January.
Like, holy cow. But yeah, Sammy's gonna take the loss in Saudi, unfortunately.
But he's undefeated in Saudi.
That's true too. Yeah. Oh, see, he could technically still win by disqualification, but not win the title.
True.
So, there is that route. Or, you know, like I think Noah mentioned it on the call earlier. And you know, Io upsetting Rhea Ripley and winning the women's world title right before WrestleMania. So I mean, you know, if you read the dirt sheets or believe the dirt sheets, you know, all the WrestleMania plans have been changing the past couple weeks, so we don't know what's what anymore. So take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, it was a good show leading up into the Rumble. So we'll see what happens next week. And when
I don't subscribe to any dirt sheets. I get all my information from NoDQ.com.
Exactly. That's where I get it from too. But yeah,
don't scroll, don't read, don't necessarily follow it.
Why pay $9.99 for all those subscriptions when Aaron Rift gives you the dirt for free?
Exactly. That's where I get my news from. I just
get it from you, Yahoo, as you tell me it, or someone puts everyone in the chat, and once in a while I might actually acknowledge it. Otherwise, if it's happening on my screen, then I believe it.
There you go.
And we get it from NoDQ.com.
Yep.
Cheap plug.
So, but yeah, next week we're on the official road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Can't believe it, man. I'm so excited. Rumble is always my favorite event of the year anyway. So
yeah, that's my wife, like you guys know, she's not the biggest wrestling fan, but she'll watch it with me occasionally. But the Royal Rumble is her favorite PLE or pay-per-view that she likes.
If nothing else, she just likes counting down and just saying, "Who's that?" or "Who's next?" or what.
Yeah. Oh no, she knows. So she knows some of the people. I mean, she's got a girl crush on Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. So
well, at least one of them's actually of quality.
Hey, you know what? Jade Cargill has defended her championship more times this year than matches have been won by Blue Thunder Bombs. I don't want to fucking hear it, Noah.
Congratulations. She got her 5 minutes of fame against Chelsea Green, who should be the champion, while Chris Statlander has had more matches, period, since she's held the
Dude,
gold.
speaking of
Don't
Chelsea
care.
Green, man, like she's been impressing me lately. Like she is like one of them, not mainstays, but like one of the top female wrestlers that's been impressing me so far. And like the past since 2025 leading into 2026.
Just give the damn woman clear the ring and give her the world title.
Yes. Oh God,
No,
yes.
don't give her Queen of the Ring. Give her Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that will
It's
work.
more
too.
to her character.
Yeah.
Queen of the Ring, she can be annoying. Oh my God, look at me in my crown.
She already is
But
annoying.
that briefcase is more to her character because you never know when she's going to cash it in. That's a good heel tactic.
But she's not really a heel. Everyone loves her. Hell, everyone loves her far more than Jade Cargill. She's the most entertaining thing on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Dolph
she is.
Ziggler was a heel when he cashed in.
But he got over as a babyface.
Exactly. Chelsea Green could be the same thing. She's technically supposed to be a heel, but everybody freaking loves her. So if she gets the briefcase and cashes it in, people are going to go apeshit for her becoming champion.
People don't give a fuck who's a babyface like you in this generation unless your name's Don Callis, who's fucking hated by everybody, and you know that.
He's not hated by me, so he's not hated by everyone.
Well, you like what you like, and you know what? You
It's just like the show. Everybody loves Raymond. I could give a fuck about Raymond. I don't love him. So everybody doesn't love Raymond.
I can also join in on the loving DCF train. I am a DCF shooter. So
You know what?
I'm with JJ, man. Don Callis family all day, every day, bro. They got some great talent there. I don't know if you
I'm
heard.
telling you, the Don Callis family is the NWO of AEW. They are finding fucking spots for that.
No,
C-list
honestly,
talent.
no. And no disrespect to you, JJ, with that, but I think that's actually an insult to the Don Callis family. I'll tell you who they actually are like, and this is me being serious, by the way. I'm not even joking.
No, that should
Bobby, they are absolutely reminiscent of this generation's Bobby Heenan family. You know that's what Don Callis was going for with this family. I think
Probably.
he's done such a bang-up job in building this family. He's got his heavies, just like freaking Bobby Heenan did, and he's got his really good technicians and wrestlers, like Bobby Heenan did. It is so reminiscent
I'm
of
not
that,
gonna
and he has a mortal enemy like Kenny Omega is his Hulk Hogan. It's perfect.
I'm not going to dispute you there because it probably is a better comparison comparing it to the Heenan
like that.
family
Yeah.
or even the Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah, that too.
But
that too.
I go to the NWO because of the fact that you've got guys like Jake Doyle, you've got Mark Davis, you've got all these like C-list talents that nobody really gives a shit about.
I don't give a
And
shit
it's
about.
like, the NWO B team and shit. And like the NWO guys that like Stevie Ray and Vincent were fucking the members of Horace Hogan. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not the Halls, the Nashes, the Hogans, the Savages. No.
The problem, hold on.
Guys.
This is where I think maybe art is subjective a bit because for me it's not like that. Like I actually like everybody that's in there, and there's not one person where I'm like, yeah, he
like,
doesn't really
who
fit.
the fuck are you? Why are you here?
Like everybody fits. Everybody has a
You're misunderstanding me.
Am I? Well, that's
You're
just me.
misunderstanding me because I'm not saying I don't like these people.
Yeah,
but they're not on the same level as Kazuchika Okada. Kyle
but
Fletcher,
nobody's
Inosuke Takeshita.
JJ. No, respectfully, nobody's Virgil. Nobody will ever be as dude. Nobody is fucking Virgil. Like, okay,
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. God rest his soul. Hey, listen, I do like. I listen. Virgil.
Rocky Romero is coming pretty close.
No,
I mean, he's
no,
actually been
no,
a champion,
Rocky.
though, to be fair,
Here's the
multiple
di-
times over.
Yeah, I was about
And
to
I
say.
love Rocky.
Here's
I'm
the
just
difference.
saying, like,
Rocky Romero actually contributed a lot to the wrestling business.
Shit,
compared to
Rocky.
Virgil, who took
so did
and
Virgil.
took
Virgil's a former champion.
Rocky Romero.
Virgil also, I just saw a clip of Virgil almost killing somebody because he did an inverted brainbuster on the apron on fucking WCW Saturday night.
Okay, that's WCW, but Big G was actually going to say something about Rocky Romero.
I was gonna say Rocky.
Go.
This is how bad I think the Don Callis family is. You have Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta lose to Big Boom AJ. Really? You to some
There's your
TikTok.
enhancement team. Yeah, that is your
Yeah,
enhancement team.
But they need you. Every team,
Yeah, I
needs
know.
their stooges though. Every team
Yeah.
needs the stooges. Like, and it was a fun little thing, right?
I know.
Like
I
that was
know.
for the kids. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't even for the fucking fans. Even if they liked the shit, like fuck you or me, G. That was for the
I get it.
Rizzler.
I
that
get
was
it.
for the Rizzler and for that kid who did an awesome looking spear. By the way,
His son, yeah.
yeah. What's his name? Big Justice.
Big
Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
to
I
Big's
get it.
point,
You gotta.
yeah,
Every group has their, enhancement talent, and
I
know
love how
Rocky's been around,
passionate
so is
James is
Trent.
getting defending them. Like,
I will. Listen.
I don't
man,
blame
I'm a
him,
DCF
like,
shooter all day. I will defend every single one of them.
I how should I put this? When I was watching AEW faithfully, like when Don Callis family first started out, I did like it was like a love-hate relationship. Like I hated Don Callis, but I loved the group because it was just like, the main 3 or 4 people. But like when they started adding people into it, I was like, all right, come on now. We're getting a little bit over-funded here.
I'll tell you, G, you would have hated the Bobby Heenan family in real time.
I know. I mean, I didn't watch.
You
back
would
then.
have. That's the thing. Like, for me, I don't, because it's like, the thing is, like, even back in the Bobby Heenan, and Bobby Heenan would fucking admit this, the people that are in the DCF family from a talent range, I think are much more mobile than the guys back in his era.
I mean,
he's been on record saying that
New Japan
before he
talent,
passed.
EDT talent. I mean, he's not wrong. Between Andrade, Hechicero, and El Clone, there's the Lucha Libre brand right there. You got the Strong Style Japan with Konosuke Takeshita, Katsuchika Okada. You got the Future with Kyle Fletcher. You got your heavy tag team enforcers with freaking Jake Doyle, still not used to that name, and Mark Davis. Might as well be Twin 1, Twin 2, and they're challenging FTR this Wednesday on Dynamite for the tag team titles.
Lance Archer just kind of Rocky.
Always Lance Archer.
I'm never gonna get sick of Lance Archer.
Rocky. Oh, I'll never say Lance Archer. Christian, everybody guys, IWGP United States champion. You put him in a match where he's supposed to be the heavy enforcer that introduces violence or endures it. Hell, he looked like a star during that street fight. And then you got Rocky and Trent. So, it does seem like everyone does have their role to a degree, but you also have dichotomy, which is also a nice thing to see when everybody is also being used. So that is a fair point, actually.
Literally the closest you really actually can compare Virgil to is probably Wardlow, and that's not even his fault.
Yeah,
he's just the most unluckiest motherfucker known to man.
Wardlow's out, and so is Brian Cage, right?
That's probably those two. And by the way,
been out longer.
By the way, Brian Cage and Lance Archer, when Brian Cage comes back, you have a little infight that you could build there. Murder Machines versus what are we calling them? Twin 1 and Twin 2? Is that what we call them?
They don't have a name. They don't have a
name.
The
D&D Callis family.
The D&D Callis
family.
Instead of the CNC Music Factory, they're the D&D Callis family.
I like
Really?
I think they're just going by Davis and Doyle, no?
Oh,
well, Davis and Doyle. That's why it's the D&D Callis family.
Yeah, I mean,
I like JJ's name better. JJ, I approve.
Of course you do.
And then you have Josh Alexander too, who's just
that's right.
And they're going to take and remake the song.
Josh Alexander.
By the way,
take and remake the song "Everybody Dance Now" to "Everybody Beat Down."
Hey, listen. By the way, how many titles does the Don Callis family have had throughout this calendar year last year?
International.
Including, you mentioned
Unified
Josh
TV
Alexander at the
Pro.
Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Championship.
Yeah, but they don't really talk about that title.
It don't matter. I'm just saying it's still an accomplishment. They got a lot of damn gold this year. The Don
Okay, but if they don't recognize it on AEW television, then I don't count.
I count.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother,
it's like, look, I could give fuck all. Now I'm going to start bashing. I could give fuck all about the 27 championships that Mercedes Moné holds.
There it is.
Hey, listen.
Okay, but at least she comes out with them on television, and they acknowledge them.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, I also
Pro
cover the
championship.
independents a lot, so I count it.
All right.
Because I cover the independents.
About to say you are part of Team Indy, so there you go. Well, that was a great sub conversation. So that being said, JJ froze for a moment. Now we get back to Richie's schedule programming on what was the inclusive nature of, I think, Saturday night's main event, Royal Rumble, semi chances. Are they actually warmer than hell or colder than hell? You be the judge, folks. But stay tuned for our coverage, of course, this coming Saturday and Sleep Day next week, Friday night after SmackDown, as the WPLE Prediction Sleep 2026 begins after, of course, No DQ's official panel, which I think is Sunday, if not some point earlier this week. And of course, once that panel's done, I will have the form out on all social medias and out for the No DQ family. So good luck to everybody. That being said, now we resume with our regular host and moderator, Ranker Wrestling JJ Williams, as he continues this ride down the rails. Or maybe not, because we've had some technical difficulties.
I'm going to try a reboot and see if that freshens things up a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. So I guess once again I will take over. So this should be interesting. Oh fucking hell! I never can get out of my work. I never can. So again, folks, Saturday night's main event. Like I said, from a WWE standard of professional wrestling fans' outlook, pretty decent show. Now we'll see how they can follow up with this and continue forward on the Royal Rumble, where again, the sky is blue, water is wet, the sun is hot. You don't grab a curling iron when it's plugged in with your bare hand unless you want a red scar. They need to figure out shit for WrestleMania. And while we got names, we have no definitive ideas. So again, next week, Saturday, you best be able to really kickstart this road the right way, or you're going to have a lot of people questioning your logic.
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, okay, we had Nick drop up. There it goes. Nick's again, writing of something on his hand with a pen. Nick, was there anything that you wanted to add? I think you tried to interject there via the conversation about the DCF or our closing remarks to Saturday night's main event. Are you good, bruv?
We're good, bruv.
All right, very good, bruv. And again, folks, this coming Wednesday on Dynamite, it is D&D. Davis and Doyle, still not used to that. Taking on FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championships, and Chris Statlander defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Thekla. Cannot wait to watch Collision this year take on Isla Dawn, as well as I believe was made official by my All Elite Bruv King. Swerve Strickland's going one-on-one with Johnny Alito.
Yep, that's Wednesday.
That's Wednesday. I'm looking forward to that shit. So again,
am I the only one that thinks that they're missing the boat by giving D&D the title shot this Wednesday instead of waiting for Grand Slam in Australia?
They are giving them
a little bit because
no,
of
they are
Australia. Go ahead, Nick.
They are giving them the title shot this Wednesday.
That's what I just said. They're missing the boat by giving it to them early.
Oh,
they should be saving it for Grand Slam in Australia.
Nick, buddy, respectfully, you are definitely on the spectrum, my guy. You do not pay attention sometimes.
Some people tune out of stuff, just like, never mind, I'm not going down that road.
He cut in and out. You're on, I have my headphones.
No, that's fair. Actually, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, this is your local IT guy saying you need to have a definitive connection, and sometimes Bluetooth can even skip on you. But again, that's a whole different conversation for another day. This is not a TED Talk tech call.
I was going to say a TED Talk brought to you by Noah Foster.
Don't kill ideas. Freaking John Oliver or not, like I once read about the entire division of women in WWE that are champions.
And now a Tech Talk, TED Talk with Noah Foster.
Shut the fuck up, James.
I was gonna.
Hey, look. I'm going to interject right there. You can't go championing for Noah to give a TED Talk and not be willing to read smut.
I never said it. I didn't bring it up. Don't nobody yell at me.
I'm just saying, like, that's very hypocritical.
Unless there's something that James is not telling us.
What do you mean? I know.
I'm happy Willow is the TBS champion. I like the trios team. I would love to see those three take on the Triangle of Madness, are they called?
Well, guess what? Thekla and the Sisters of Sin have made it very clear they want a piece of that trio. And I believe they are going to be in action in a trios match at Maximum Carnage.
Yes,
Ooh.
this Wednesday they will be in action. So
Nice. And I'm off Wednesday too. Hooray.
Let's freaking go!
So I know who will be on the watch along with you, Noah.
Hi.
Hello, Ash.
I'm also happy Chris Statlander's the AEW Women's Champion because I love her. I love
her. Damn it! She's got more charisma, more punch than freaking Jake Parkell. Continue.
I love how
you did not just disrespect Jay Carter in front of JJ.
Yes, I did, and I 100% approve my own statement because I know I'm right because there's more than BFAB and Meatshot unless you want to get a match brought to you by Wingstop. How coincidental considering who she's in the ring with. Sorry, did I strike a nerve? Continue, Ash.
I love the program they have with Tony Storm and Orange. It's so adorable. I love that goofy shit in my wrestling.
This is beyond ridiculous, and I don't know why I like it either.
I just gotta say, I love getting Noah riled about Stat because he knows in his heart of heart, because I've told him 100 times, if they would just put Stat up against people that I don't like more than her, I would cheer her. But they constantly would have put Stat against people that I like more than her, going back to when she beat Jade. Stat versus Jade. I'm going for Jade. Stat versus Willow. I'm going for Willow. Stat versus Sky Blue or Julia Hart. I'm going for them. Stat versus Megan Bain. I'm going for Megan Bain.
Oh, God.
You want me to cheer for Stat? Put her up against people that I don't like more than her. It's not that I don't like Stat. I just like other people more than her.
That's fair.
And that's absolutely fair.
So that's why I love rubbing Noah the wrong way, because it's just like, give me 25 matches of Stat versus Mercedes. I'm picking Stat every time.
There we go.
Give me Stat versus Candice LeRae. I'm picking Stat every time. I'm just throwing it out there, you know?
I know. Look, I'm waiting for Chris Statler versus Maria Shafir because I think that'll be a very interesting match considering.
I probably would pick Stat over Athena, even though I do like Athena. I think I prefer Stat just a little bit to her.
Bottom line. It's Stat.
Diamante. Yeah, I'll pick Stat. You know,
he's just going for the
There's people out there that I'll pick her over. They just don't get opportunities against her. So, you know.
Not yet. And that post is brought to you by Simply Reliable Shorts, where apparently this is going to become much more of a regular thing, and I still justify my stance. Because that's where it's at, damn it!
Hey, remember earlier in this program where I told Nick, yeah, you're definitely on the spectrum? I would know. I literally unmuted, not realizing for like a split second, oh, that's a recorded clip. I thought it was like live for like a second.
You're the worst.
That's why I unmuted my microphone, because I'm like, oh wait, this is a conversation happening in the
Noah, you want to do it in tandem?
1,
2, 3. Damn it, James!
You
fucking idiot!
Refer to Burger. We need to get a burger.
Oh my gosh. I love, by the way, how perfectly set up that was, the four of us on the outside.
Why does it look like Nick is rolling up some weed?
My dad's calling me, by the way. I think it's about some UFC thing that Walter is probably going nuts for. I'll be back.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All
Why
right.
does it look like Nick is rolling up a joint here on camera?
No, I am while I'm on camera with you guys. So I am a nerd at heart. I love my anime. I love my Yu-Gi-Oh! And one hobby that I truly love are Gundams. So my wife bought me a Gunpla.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
okay. Oh, all right.
So while you guys are talking, I am here building and being nerdy and.
Well, I like
coloring
the
and-
fact that you're being cognitively active, though, using your brain for such activities. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there you go. Respect.
But
Yes,
I'm
he
still
was a
here.
big-
I'm still listening to you guys, and
I'm
also,
here. I'm back.
I'm also on Twitter.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out to all the indie promotions out there. If you are watching this, you need to book Nikki XS versus Laney Luck.
Yeah.
I will say, shout out to Nick because he has been putting in extra credit work on the X, trying to, post on people like, hey, maybe you should come on to Shenanigans and have some fun with us.
The freaking audition now.
He's been out there trying to put in work and get some people.
People
none
know
of his
who
hard work is paid off so far.
No, none of it.
Even his wife is cracking up at it.
No, she's
none of the hard work is paid up so far, but I give him an E for effort. He is trying.
Well, that's more than enough, so I respect that. By the way, shout out to Polar Mania, talking about, trending and getting a shed of light in the independent scene. You want all women's wrestling showcase, folks, during your WrestleMania weekend experience in Las Vegas, whether live or courtesy GCW Collective. Get your tickets today or go check out Polar Mania. We'll be covering it, of course, the Wednesday of the week of WrestleMania week here at some of the studios. First time the projects for Collective. Shout out to Ed and San Antonio. Follow them on the X for further information regarding up-and-coming wrestlers and stars to appear, including not limited to Isa Moreno, Aaliyah James, of course, the Pink Dream, Alex Gracia, the names that James mentioned, of course, with Nick's is Brittany Brooks, Brittany Brooks, Nick's XS, and Jasmine Allure, as well as others.
You got can't leave out the Good Witch too. Kaya McKenna is also on that show too.
And
speaking of that, since we are mentioning Poder Mania, we'll go ahead and announce it now. But we will be having Rachel Lay on the Shenanigans on February 7th.
Lovely.
She will also be on the Poder Mania card. And she'll be talking about her wrestling journey. And I don't want to give too much out there, but, spoilers are out there already. But little birdie may have leaked on the internets that if you watch TNA Impact this week, you might see her in action.
Well, I'm definitely going to tune in next week to TNA now, just because Rachel Lay looks very lovely. I think I have a favorite again.
James. Well, Rachel Lay.
Sorry, I didn't say nothing. I don't know.
You didn't say nothing intelligent like usual. You proved that you're a fucking idiot. What else?
Hey, I didn't explicitly say why the reason is. I just heavily implied it.
Yeah. You don't have to. Anyway, Rachel Lay, I actually did a little bit of research into her. She actually been more involved out of OVW with names like Freya the Slayer, of course, who's been around the independent scenes. J-Rod. She's also been involved in a CCW, which I believe is down in Florida, because I know that promotion a little bit. And again, she has previously faced Laney Luck in a WWE ID Women's title match at Uprising Women's Athletes. It was Uprising Women's Athletes 7. And it was actually back here in Illinois. She's a bit of a freelancer out of the Kentucky area, Florida area. So I'm curious what we can, learn more about her. And also, she's going to be involved in Podomania. So good for her. She actually has less than a year in a wrestling career, as I looked up, and has less than 40 matches, I think, professionally.
Nice. But yeah, so she'll be joining us on February 7th. So make sure you guys bookmark that date. Definitely going to want to be here for that.
Lovely stuff. You'll love to see it. We're getting our brand out there, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, as long as it gets it out there for the wrestlers too. That's what's most important.
By the way, damn, why are me and Ryan getting so viral on two different channels, semi-viral at least? Them shorts are doing views.
Good.
Yeah. I'm happy. That's
what they're supposed to do, man. It's supposed to bring traffic. I've been
I've been a clipping fool.
You have been a clipping fool.
That stat clip that I played, last I checked, had over 500 views, and it only went up yesterday.
Dude, those Edge Punk clips are doing crazy numbers for me.
Dude, the Edge ones and the Star Wars ones were fucking gold.
Dude,
man.
they were great.
Me and Ryan
God.
were on fire with those. I hope you guys watched those.
Yeah, please watch those. Actually, like go on to simply. Hold on, I gotta do the Siri voice. It's been a while. Go and check out Simply Reliable Shorts on YouTube.com.
All right. Well, that being said, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, Saturday's main event, decent show. WWE, you got one shot to start strong on the road to WrestleMania. Don't fuck it up.
And now that we're at the end of our first hour, I think now is a good opportunity to take a quick commercial break. And we'll come back and we'll discuss essentially what's the main event topic, because we only had two things to really discuss. So unless you guys start super chatting questions and shit, we will just be back to talk about the Trey Miguel situation. Don't go anywhere.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, here at the Super Reliable Studios, we wish to remind you that we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react, and watch along to all the wrestling and combat sports and other forms of entertainment and media too.
And then there were three.
Oh God!
I knew that Big G was gonna dip, but I didn't know Nick was dipping.
Damn.
Oh, here he is. Maybe it was technical difficulty.
I think it was.
Sorry.
It had to be. Yeah, it had to be tech difficulties. It's okay.
All right.
So before we get into the main event topic, I did want to take just a moment, play this little video clip that's been circulating on Instagram, not wrestling related, but I did want to shout out my buddy Mauricio, one of my coworkers. He's going to be having a fight next week. He does MMA for the Cobra Kai Dojo up here in Victorville. And so this is basically like his little hype video that's been going around Instagram.
My name is Mauricio Jimenez, and I'm chairman of Joe Stevens Cobra Kai. I got into fighting, I think fresh out of high school. I was powerlifting at the time, so I didn't really feel like doing that anymore, so I started training just to get my mind off other stuff in my life. My last fights taught me a lot of stuff about myself and my character, just different things that I thought I was ready for. Maybe I wasn't ready for. I was moving in different ways. So small lessons, big victories, just keep on coming through and just winning. I know my opponent, watching him and just seeing him train. He's very good. He's very athletic, long fighter, jiu-jitsu guy. We're expecting this to go to the ground and I'll be ready to stand it back up. But we're going to expect the brawl. It's going to be a hell of a fight. We're going to be very aggressive. So at least I'll be coming forward and putting on the pressure. I think getting in the cage is the hardest thing you could do. You know, you're going in there in front of a lot of people, fighting in front of your loved ones, friends, family, people that don't like you because they're part of the other team. I think it's the hardest thing and the most courageous thing to get into the cage. So respect to everybody who does. Jordan, we're gonna have a hell of a fight, man. Nothing but respect to you. I know you're gonna be a good fighter, a good opponent. So let's give the people a show and show them what's up.
Jeez.
Wow.
So again, shout out to my boy Mauricio. Hopefully you got a good fight next week, my bro. But yeah.
And nothing more discipline like than training for an MMA fight, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Sounds like you're gonna fuck somebody up.
Oh yeah.
You got to. You're going to get fucked up yourself.
It's the nature of MMA. By the way, the Paddington fight. Well, I call him Paddington, but Patty's fighting. His fight's up right now. I'm sure Walter's going nuts.
And again, shout out to Walter Cruz, our UFC expert, who, of course, is covering the UFC right now. And figure to those that are tuning in and supporting him and his true passion, as we all learn here at Simrose Studios.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. So main event topic. Last week, it was announced that the Rascals were all elite. And then before they could even have their debut segment on Collision, Trey Miguel was released from his contract. Don't really know why. There's been no, there's only been speculation. There's been no official statements, except that it came from a higher up. Trey Miguel found his way back to TNA this week. So the question becomes, what happened? You know, and you can sit here, you can speculate. Some people are saying that it has to do with comments he made on social media 6 years ago. And I'm a firm believer in people can change. Look at what he said 6 years ago, that's fine. Did he make those same comments 6 months ago? If not, then maybe he doesn't have that same belief system anymore. You know? Some people are saying that he used to date Alicia Atute, who's married to the AEW champion. So she may have had her hubby do some dirty work for her. Don't know. That's why she's on the other side of the graphic for this episode. But if it's so, if what he did and said is such a sin, why would he be welcome into a company that WWE has their hands in the cookie jar to? And you can throw the Brock Lesnar situation back. Brock hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. He's been named in a lawsuit, but he hasn't been found guilty. So he's still technically innocent until proven guilty. James, I did see your comment in the private chat. You wanted to go first on this. The floor is yours, sir.
There's a lot going on here because this seems like it's completely unraveled. Because people were doing the exact thing that Trey Miguel said not to do, and that's stay the fuck out of it. All right, I just want to get that out of the way. Thank you. Soapbox down there. Look, as far as the comments he made back then, I don't agree with them. Never have agreed with them. I do believe in your system, JJ. People can change. People are immature as fuck when you're a teenage age. I don't give a shit if it was because he was 19. You gotta leave slightly a little bit of benefit of the doubt for some people like this. Immaturity does play a factor here, especially in Ohio. No way you would know, no offense. But, like, man, like, it's... People do the stupidest shit. You know what I mean? Like, when you're that age, you're not thinking clearly. And I feel that people are so willing to just jump on him for those comments. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve some repercussions for them. But here's where I draw the line. And I understand that this, you know, he was quoting a movie or whatever. Still doesn't make it right. If you're going to keep fucking Excalibur around, and he said the N-word, hard ER, back in PWG, there's no reason why Trey Miguel should have been released. Either spread it equally or fucking don't have morals at all. Because this is where when we have selective moral compasses, that's kind of an issue, right? That's just me. I think that he should be allowed back if that is, in fact, holding him back. Now, he also said he was going to take a break from wrestling, and then he showed up on TNA. This is my theory. I don't think he's even out of AEW. I think he's only out of AEW for the time being because I think he got the fired briefcase in the Feast or Fire match, and they just needed a reason to write him off. And I can't. Now, I actually...
That'd be so wrong.
It would be, but this is my theory. But this is my theory, though. I think the reason that they said he was gone is just so they can bring him back later, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's it. I think it's only going to take a month for them to do that. Now, I originally was doing this in solidarity with Ryan. He's fucked off from it because he can't stand another moment of this shit. No surprise to anybody. But I now have a reason to tune into TNA because I want to see who got what for the briefcases on the Feast or Fire. So if Trey Miguel did, in fact, get the fired briefcase, I'm half right so far. So I will report if he got the fired briefcase next week on Shenanigans because no spoilers, no spoiling. Spoilers, no spoiling.
Good man.
And honestly, this is my thing. This is my thinking of this. I actually think that's all it is. Because again, I don't know the other person that he said this to. I know one of the people that he fucking made those comments to was to one David Starr. And if you look at that motherfucker's track record, kind of deserves everything he gets if you actually look at his rap sheet. It is what it is. I'm not so mad about that. The other person, I have no comment one way or the other on. If the guy was a decent human being and he said that about him, and I think those were the really harsh comments, okay, yeah, that's fucked. But, again, go back to Excalibur. He's still there. Why can't Trey Miguel be there? I really think people are trying to make a mountain out of a fucking molehill here. I think he's just released, quote-unquote, from AEW so that way he can get fired in TNA via Feast or Fired, and then, you know, he could go to AEW without problematic issues, and he'll be with the Rascals in like a month. That's my bold prediction. If I'm wrong, it is what it is.
Oh boy.
I don't know. But that's my observation. I don't think this is even permanent. I think he will come to AEW. And again, don't agree with his comments, but if we're gonna keep Excalibur, we should be allowed to keep Trey. I'm just saying. You know, it's not like they're bringing fucking problematic people like, you know, a Marty Scurll into the company, right? Despite everybody getting in a tizzy that Hangman took a fucking picture with him, which, by the way, also was not him that uploaded that picture, which a lot of people seem to forget. And that's all other camel worms that I do not want to get into and will not get into. But I use that to kind of build onto my point of, if you're going to keep Excalibur around, Trey's going to be back. I can't see why they would, other than they want to avoid a lawsuit from WWE or TNA's end, because he still had TV obligations with Impact. And I do believe the two people that said they would complete TNA obligations despite going to All Elite Wrestling were, in fact, Myron Reed and Trey Miguel. So, very important key factor there to keep in mind when it comes to shit like this, which is why I think they're doing the angle they're doing here on TNA. So, I'll report back next week if Trey Miguel was the one who got fired. If not, then he's staying in TNA. We know that it was because of those, and that will be our educated guess. It is what it is, but I mean, I wish people just didn't go and look through his whole dirt sheet here just because, well, why did he get fired? What was the reason? And then everybody took their freaking theory and ran with it. So we're here now, but ultimately, I wish they didn't fucking do that to Trey, and I wish people just could, take off of the Boondock Saints and mind your fucking business. Those are my thoughts.
All right. Nick?
I honestly, I think the latter on what James said. I think they release him and he's staying in TNA because I don't think it'd be such an LOL TNA move for him to come back, them announcing on air that he got re-signed just to fire him. I feel like that would make TNA work look worse than better. As for what he said, I'm like you guys said, he said it. He can't go back. He apologized. I mean, for me, I'm kind of like, okay, and I get it. People can take you're entitled to a break. You can take a break. I'm not saying you can't. Like, everybody needs that mental. Bitch. Sorry?
Work, bitch.
God. Anyways, I'm trying to talk about something serious here. Anyways, you got me all fucked up.
What the fuck?
I get people can take a break. Everybody's entitled to their break. It's perfectly fine. I just think, if you're taking a break, I think a break should be longer than 3 days. I think for me at that point, and this is me. This is my outlook. I don't speak for anybody else here. On my outlook, that looks kind of sus to me, at least. Just because if you're taking the way he came off on social media, it seemed like he was taking this really long hiatus and he was gonna go find himself, kind of thing, right?
Kind of like what Cora Jade, Elena Black did last year. She did a few shows on the indies, put out this thing that she was going to cancel what appearances she had booked, take the rest of the year off, figure herself out, whatever she was going to be her next move. Started her exclusive content site where she makes way more money than she needs to be doing wrestling anymore. And yet here she is, TNA on AMC Premiere, and she's TNA. So,
but I do give blame to Tony and AEW in the sense of, we don't want to bring it up, but when the Me Too movement happened, right? There were people that, were taken off TV to go through sensitivity training, right? Didn't Sammy go through sensitivity training or something? Like somebody, I know that some AEW stars went through that.
Yes.
So it's like, if you're bringing in somebody in like that, and they explain to you, and you don't feel truly comfortable, instead of just releasing them, why don't
sensitivity
you
training? Yeah.
put them in there? You know what I mean? Like, it part of, I feel like, you know, you could put the part of the blame on AEW, because why would you just go out there and release them? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
And if it's a high,
go ahead. Sorry.
No. And if it's a WB call, then I mean, they're the ones signing they're the ones signing the big bucks. Like, yeah, Tony can go to them and, argue his case till he's blue in the face. I know that he's come out on scrums and interviews saying that, like, he really, really tried to get the Briscoes on TV. Like, he did all of these things, and WBD still wouldn't have put him out there. So, like, at that point, if it truly is a WBD call, you just gotta. I hate to take a phrase from Ryan, but it is what it is at that point, right? If WBD don't want you on there, you ain't going on there, right? So, but I mean, listen, he found his footing back in TNA. I hope he does well. To the Feast and Fire thing, I don't think it's Trey Miguel. I honestly think it's Steve Macklin, because I can see Steve getting fired and then coming to ROH or going to.
This is my counter. This is my counter to that. This is my only counter to everything you said. I agree with most of what you said, but on the TNA,
try to be mindful, James. Since you're Avatar guy, you can't see if people are like trying to keep speaking or.
No, yeah, I'm not.
We don't see you trying to raise hands or anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to interrupt him again. Like, I have a counterpoint, and then he can.
No, counter.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Here's my thing with this, right, Nick? Do you say it would make TNA look more lulled than they already are? I need to remind you, TNA already lost their Knockouts tag champions the night of the premiere, and thus had to drop the belts to the Elegance brand. Like, this is very lull TNA to do, for them to give somebody. In fact, they've done this before in TNA history. They literally brought somebody back for like 6 months just to then fire them with Feast or Fire. I believe it would have been Petey Williams.
But there you go. You just said brought him back in 6 months. This has been a week.
I'm just saying, it can happen. Just because it looks unlikely doesn't mean it can't happen. And again, to add to fuel to the fire on my point even more, you just mentioned another problematic person in Sammy Guevara. Do we really need to revisit what he said? No, because he already apologized. The two parties moved on. They're adults. They work in the same company. Who gives a shit, right?
Sorry, boys.
He's still there. She's working there currently, right? So why can't Trey Miguel work there? That's my point. Sensitivity training, like you said. So I really doubt it's this. That's why I'm going to tune into TNA this week to see what the fuck happens. Continue.
So, okay. I had a point I was going to make, and then I lost it.
Damn it, James.
Sorry.
I'm sure it'll come back to me here. As far as the Feast or Fired thing, my biggest problem with that theory is that TNA is already in a partnership with WWE, and then they'd be partnering with AEW also by allowing Trey Miguel to come from an AEW contract back to TNA just to get fired to go back to AEW. And yes, Ryan, feel free to hit that link. That's why it's there. Anybody in that chat is allowed to have access to it. That could be problematic for TNA because whether people like or dislike the WWE partnership, and we all know one person on the panel here who really doesn't seem to be enjoying the WWE partnership with TNA. But that could be problematic from that perspective. It's a conflict of interest. You know, I don't know how that would work, because then TNA would technically have to get WWE's permission to let an AEW contracted star onto their program. You know, I don't see that working for anybody.
Yes. Respectfully on that, though, because to me, this is just my theory on that. If it was a problem for WWE in the past, wouldn't they have pulled all their talent from the Limitless show that we watched last week? Because we got to remember, there was an AEW World Championship on that show. There was a WWE Women's ID showcase with the championship on the line on that show. And there was plenty of TNA, WWE, even if it was ID, and AEW talent in the Rumble itself.
Okay.
So,
I never saw the show to see who all was on it.
Yeah, I'm not spoiling it, by the way. I'm just
Independents are independents. And 3, to my knowledge, and again, let me reiterate that phrase, to my knowledge, Lanie Luck has not appeared on WWE television. Just because she is the ID champion doesn't mean she's wrestling on Evolve. And the ID championship is to be defended across the independents. If you don't let your champion wrestle on an independent, it can't be defended across the independents.
That's right.
Now, that being said, I am going to go ahead and bring in the Wrestlefish here to join us.
Hello, guys.
I'm
really
the
tired.
fish. All hail the fish.
I came in right as Nick is stealing my gimmick. So we're clearly talking about Trey Miguel.
Correct. And really quickly, like I said, I don't know if you heard it, but anytime the link goes in that chat, you're more than welcome to hit it. You don't have to ask permission, good sir.
I just don't like imposing, especially if I don't already know the talking points. This is what it is. But
gimmick infringement.
Nick, I'm about to. I will make my way to Canada.
I'll take you to dinner, buddy. Go ahead.
Whoa.
We'll read smut together. All right.
That's not allowed on this chat. I did not bring it up. See, now Noah's pissed. Thanks, guys. God,
good job.
All right. Look, anyways,
Noah is bored because he hates drama talk.
I agree with him. And
this is, you guys can, have any conversation you want about whatever you want. I have put out a couple statements to the people, my spheres, this week pertaining to Trey Miguel, especially when it first came out. This is one of the situations until someone writes a book later, we'll never quite know everything. It's just regular speculation one way or the other.
Agreed.
There are various talents of WBD, that work for AEW that WBD seems to look past. I can't tell you who and who not this WBD exec is. Also can't tell you for 100% certainty that it wasn't someone making a WBD exec aware of another situation. It is reckless speculation. At the end of the day, what happened with Trey Miguel got signed to AEW, didn't work out, and the company that he left had reason to need him, right? reason to have him. And with that said, I hope that Trey Miguel maximizes this opportunity to continue to perform his art as a wrestler. Maybe he gets an X Division title shot because Leon Slater may be doing other things. Is what it is. I'm not spoiling anything. Nothing specific, anyways. But maximize your minutes. This goes to independent talent or otherwise. And also, JJ is absolutely correct. Those are ID talent. Their contractual status with WWE is kind of like water. Sure, it's there. They gave him a few $1,000 to buy some gear, but it is what it is. They don't really care what their ID talent do. They're not televised. Soon, Laney Luck is going to get the call up to Evolve. Eventually, I would assume. And she'll drop the ID title to someone else. But there's no way WWE would allow that kind of working relationship between TNA and AEW.
That's fair.
Not while the current partnership exists, and which I do believe it is for another 3 years. Sorry, up to 3 years. 2028. 2026 now, so you have all of 2026, all of 2027, and I imagine all of 2028. That is the length of the partnership agreement, till otherwise stated. So, yeah. By the way, I enjoyed this week's episode of TNA a lot better than I did last week, guys. If this is the effort that they put in last Thursday, it would have been a great show and great debut. So,
All right.
I yield.
There you go.
I have a few comments from our very own Pink Ranger that I starred. One off topic. Ryan, did you hear about the PR reboot?
I have, and until I see I see a trailer in motion, it's all smoke and mirrors as far as I'm concerned. It's one of those things where, for the last 3 years, there's been talks of reboots and new spin-offs and everything, and nothing to show for it, other than there was a Ninja Kids spin-off that got shut down because it was too highbrow. It looked too real, and they said no, we're not doing that. They got hit with the cease and desist. But no, yes, I have seen the reboot news though.
Okay. She also said, I'm sure Noah remembers the last time Trey Miguel went solo. He had a great run as X Division champion and turned heel.
Well, that's if Noah is even tuned into the conversation to praise Trey Miguel's heel run in TNA.
Noah?
What?
A comment from Datilla?
Yeah, this is actually about wrestling, brother.
She's on point when he went heel to hold on and went back the X Division Championship when it was vacated against the Black Taurus, now known as the Beast Mortals. Pretty good heel run while he was X Division champion for that. I believe it was his second or third duration. And he did come back with that original theme, but he went on heel as a singles wrestler. So we'll see if it comes into play, as he did grab a briefcase. To Ryan's point, fuck the Elegance brand, but still, it was better than the Premier. Not that was a high bar to pass, but it still was better than the Premier, but still doesn't feel like my TNA.
And then she also says Trey Miguel should get an opportunity at the international title. He's been X Division champion, and then have Macklin go after the X Division title.
They gotta get it out of NXT first. Good luck with that.
And
Yeah,
then
I kind of
she
would
says
know.
Noah by Elegance.
No. By the way,
actually,
Ryan and I are about to say the same thing here.
I am actually last week during the debut. I hated Mr. Elegance. More specifically, the reveal, the amount of time it took, just a lot. This week, I don't know. He's growing on me. I really like Mr. Elegance, but M by Elegance wrestled a really good match with Indy Hartwell, and probably should deserve some praise for that.
Yeah, Maggie Lee is all right. She's been breaking out in the singles opportunities that she's gotten. I've always been a fan of Maggie Lee before she became M by Elegance.
She's great. Like, she actually, like, pound for pound, might be the best wrestler in that faction. No, I'm not even capping.
You're probably correct.
I don't know, dude. Heather Reckless
Heather's good too.
She's pretty fierce. In fact, Heather Reckless is the whole reason why I like the Elegance brand. You know, I was a fan of her before she became Heather by Elegance.
That's fair. That's fair.
I could give a fuck all about Ash. No disrespect to the former Dana Brooke, but Heather Reckless is what sold me on the Elegance brand. And Ash going into the tag team instead of being the singles, helping to get Heather established is what sold me on the Elegance brand.
Yeah.
You know, it was very much akin to, and this is a horrible comparison. I just want to reiterate, I know it's a horrible comparison, but it's the first one that came to my head. But when Animal teamed with Heidenreich.
Yeah.
The experienced veteran teaming with the character they're trying to get over. Ash has been around the block for a minute. Heather's still the upstart. It helped get Heather established in a major company. And that's what sold me on the Elegance brand. Noah, there is nothing short to watching Ash get struck down by lightning in the middle of the ring and putting her out of his vein of existence that would make him support the Elegance brand.
Now, I will say, I'm with Ryan. I hated the Elegance brand's presentation the debut week. This week, they're also growing on me like a fungus. I specifically, the reason why is because I thought I was going to hate it, and I did it first, and then I laughed, and I'm like, oh, wait, this is actually really funny. And I don't know if people peeped it if they watched the show, but in the promo segment backstage, I'm not going to spoil what happened in the promo segment except for this tidbit. Pay attention to Mr. Elegance. He's mute.
Yeah. Don't
so
fucking
fucking funny.
Please,
It's
James.
so funny. He's like miming in the back. He's like, dude,
Please don't pull a Walter, because I literally turned my television on to watch it. Walter posted a spoiler in the group chat, and I turned the TV off.
Yeah. That's why I'm not giving away anything that happened except what he did specifically, which is not like giving anything away.
No, Datilla, you're not. I like the Elegance brand from the get-go.
Yeah. I didn't at first, but it grew on me. And then I hated it again, and now it's growing on me again.
I can't say I love the entirety of the Elegance brand. I've only watched 2 shows of TNA Impact episodically. It probably 4 years. Okay. Actually, closer to 6 years. How long ago did Kenny drop the TNA title to Christian?
Ooh,
5 years ago. 5 years ago.
Noah,
2021. 2021.
Started Rampage 2021.
Yeah, first episode of Rampage.
Okay. That tracks. I've not watched more than 2 episodes since then.
Gotcha.
I like the theme. I like the talents. Last week's tag match wasn't necessarily great. I will say that. But that's why I said I'm pleasantly surprised by the Elegance brand this week, and look forward to it. But TNA has about 2 more weeks to retain me as a paying customer, so I hope these shows that I have not spoiled for myself are still good.
I agree.
Well, the one thing that I will, if it's okay with you, give a slight spoiler on, because I announced it earlier, but the young lady we're going to be interviewing on February 7th, Rachel Lay, is an enhancement talent on next week's episode. So if you're going to be around for that episode where we interview her, be good to make sure that you catch it so that you can peep out some of her work. I don't know who she's wrestling. I just saw images go around the internet of it, and her comment, "Shh, it hasn't aired yet." So, knowing that they filmed or were live this week and filmed next week's show, I'm assuming she's on next week's show.
That's fair enough.
But she will also be one of the Podera Mania talents that we'll get to experience live that you guys will be calling. So,
fair.
Just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that so that you could pay extra attention to her match, whoever she's on the losing end to. So,
or winning end. Or a winning end.
Let's be real, Nick. If she's an enhancement talent to
She's probably
TNA,
gonna
she's
lose, right?
losing to somebody, okay?
Yeah.
Let's be fair. I
Rachel,
don't think
if you're
that's a
watching
real
this back,
spoiler.
I got your back.
You don't have to sell her, Nick. She's already booked.
Okay, cool.
And thank you for the tweet, by the way. Next time, let me put the tweet out, and then you
Oh.
can retweet it, my guy.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. I'm out here just jumping guns.
I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Incorrect.
Let King Arthur lead the knights into battle, okay? Like for real.
By the way, Nick, incorrect. I think it's actually no. Refer to Whopper. I was about to say, fuck me.
Hold on.
I was about
Hold
to
on.
say it's impossible
Hold
to
on.
jump
Hold
a gun,
on.
but you can jump a gun. You can jump. You physically can jump a gun. You can jump over a gun. So
God
never
damn it,
mind.
James.
I stoop. It's okay.
I don't think that reference is appropriate, James.
Is it not appropriate?
It's not appropriate.
Refer to burger.
Anyway,
Refer to burger, James.
Is it refer to burger? Yeah, we'll go with refer.
You refer to burger.
We will refer to burger. Hang on. We'll be right. You know what? I'm gonna look for a burger. I'll be right back, guys.
God damn it, James, you fucking idiot.
You know, God damn it, James is one of many, many phrases that will indeed be going on a t-shirt.
with his face on it.
Will we be able to purchase said t-shirt at shopwc.com?
I don't know of that one. I don't know about that one. I don't have the stroke to get that one on board quite yet. But trademark pending.
So that's the Trey Miguel situation. Noah, I know you like to stay out of the drama stuff. Having heard what you've heard, do you have any simple comments that you'd like to add, or should we just move on?
Dan's going to do what he's going to do at the end of the day. Whatever company can allow him to do what he wants to do. Fuck corporate America.
Or corporate Canada.
So we do have a comment from Emmanuel. Looks like it was a super chat, even though it doesn't show how much. Shows that he's been a member for 32 months. Thank you for the support, Emmanuel.
Woohoo!
You are the baby face. Which faction would you not want to face in order to take them down? And we'll go ahead. We'll bring in Walter now, back from his UFC. Before we get into hold tight, Walter. Let's get to this first.
Baby face.
Nick, you've been pretty quiet. You haven't spoken much tonight. You've been over there rolling up your joints. I kid. You showed us what you were playing with, the little figures. But if you were the baby face, what faction would you not want to face in an effort to try to take them down?
The Hurt Syndicate.
That's a fair shout. Granted, the numbers are small,
Yeah,
but they're
but
all
Bobby's huge.
beasts. But they're all beasts. Freaking Bobby's a beast. Shelton should not move as quickly as he does at his age.
Hold on. Wait. Time out. Wait. Is this current factions or any
No,
factions?
any faction.
Bullet Club. OG Bullet Club.
Okay,
I don't want to fuck with those guys.
that's fair. Noah?
Probably the Death Riders. They're bloody insane.
Okay. Ryan?
Well, the Death Riders is definitely the faction I wouldn't want to fight. But I feel like they're the ones I would have the most likelihood of joining because of sympathizing with the cause. Brothers of Destruction isn't really a faction, but Ministry of Darkness. No, we're not doing it.
Okay.
Between them.
James, are you still there?
I am.
Okay.
Did you
I
get
see
your
the
burger?
burger icon.
Yes, refer to burger, folks. Refer to burger. Okay.
So, James, if you were a baby face, what faction would you not want to face in an effort to take them down?
Man, there's a lot of options for this. I will go with NWO.
Okay.
But specifically NWO Japan. I do not want to fuck with Masahiro Chono.
That's probably a wise idea.
Yep. Because if I did, again, refer to burger. That would be stupid of me. All right, that's enough of that joke now. I shall change my icon. To regular.
Walter?
There you go.
All right. I'm going to cheat a little because it wasn't a faction on TV, but if you watch wrestling back in the day, you know these group of friends that hang out. I wouldn't fuck with anybody from the BFK. Fuck that.
That's fair.
BFK is the Undertaker's backstage crew.
Dude,
right?
Undertaker, Yokozuna,
Yep.
freaking Kamala, or whatever. his
Papa
name is.
Shango.
Yeah, Papa Shango. The person that was Papa Shango.
The Godfather.
Godfather.
Oh, go.
I think
Midian.
Midian, and who else was there?
I think his brother, because I think the other hog farmer was a part of that crew until he wasn't.
Yeah, Henry Godwin.
Yeah.
He's the Virgil of the Bone Street crew.
Right. And to an extension, I wouldn't fuck with the clique because you get buried no matter what with politics.
This is a fair shout. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
I'm going to go with. This may be a hot take, but for me, I'm going to go with the original Nexus. Because from their debut all up until SummerSlam, they were a force to be fucked with. And then Cena fucking buried him, and they were never the same.
I believe.
Plus, there was like 12 of them, wasn't there?
8.
Yeah, there was 8. There was 8 at the time. Then it turned into 7 because Brian really likes choking people. Really likes it.
Hey, I saw a T-shirt on Temu that says, "I've never killed a mountain lion, but I've choked a cougar."
Jesus. Jesus. Right.
If I wanted to go a little bit old school, I'd probably say the Corporation. Because Austin versus the Corporation, man, that was some shit right there.
I think he got Ryan with that one because he's got his sand in his hand.
He took the glasses off.
He's like, damn, JJ with a bar at the center.
Anyways.
Look, I'm used to breaking James, but to get a reaction from Ryan is saying some shit.
Yeah, you have to really be funny to get a reaction.
I'm questioning every decision that has brought us to this point.
No, you're not. Don't lie to yourself.
Datilla says for the ladies, she wouldn't want to mess with the beautiful people. That's a fair shout.
Oh, I'd mess with the beautiful
That
people.
also would that also include Kip James?
Why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it then. I agree with her. Because Billy Gunn would beat my ass.
Dude, you had Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain. There was the other one, fucking, what was her name? The Von Erich, Lacey Von Erich?
Correct.
And then Cute Kip.
Shout out honorary member Slick Johnson. And if you know, you know.
Like that's a hell of a stable right there for being
That sounds
legit.
like a stripper name.
Oh, Nick, there ain't a bridge high enough to explain why that is actually accurate. Let's move on.
Datilla said we need a Power Ranger shirt of all of us morphing. She calls dibs on pink.
Well, yeah, no, sure.
Walter says that he's black.
I'm green.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
green.
if you guys. No, you're not. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet that I put out about the Power Rangers and us being them on X, but I actually figured out who gets each Ranger.
Oh.
And no disrespect to Nick and Ryan here because they're not on enough to be part of the clique, but I figured I'm the Green Ranger.
Hey.
James is the Blue Ranger. And that's because of the tech, the nerdy side.
I'm a nerd.
He's the Red Ranger.
Is that a good thing?
He's the true leader. I may be the guy that holds things down around here, but Noah is the leader.
Yeah, he's the Red Ranger.
I call dibs
Walter is the Black Ranger. He called that. Datilla has always been the Pink Ranger.
Who's yellow?
Ash is the Yellow Ranger.
That's fair.
Dibs on Alpha.
Hey, can Ryan be the White Ranger? Tiger Power.
I think James would be like a mixed. He would wear a split color uniform for an autistic ranger.
Nope.
You're telling me I'm the goddamn Infinity Ranger? Is that what you about to say?
No. This is horrible. This is horrible. Hold on. Pause.
Bro, I'm gonna have hold on. I'm gonna have the infinity symbol on my.
I am not making that joke.
Do it.
I will send it in private.
Send in private, dude. I'd wear the. You know what my outfit would be? It'd be like the Lightspeed.
All right.
Lightspeed Rescue fucking outfit with the infinity symbol as the helmet.
All right. If you have access to it, James would be SPD Orange.
What? Because I like cats?
No, that's not even that's not even the Orange Ranger for SPD.
Datilla actually
oh my
has a
god,
sound
you're an
point
asshole.
here.
I know what you're referring to now. The one guy that had a dream about being a ranger, that motherfucker. You're a dick.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Datilla actually has a sound point here if you think about it. Billy from the most recent movie actually had autism.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then, I would be Billy. God damn it, Billy.
Plus,
why
if
do
you
have to
think
be
about
Billy?
it, Billy's best friend is Trini. Your best friend is Ash.
Yeah, that's fair. You're right.
That's true.
You're right. I have a lot of best friends. Ryan's a best friend. I'm very friendly. I'm too
What's the
famous.
actor? The actor that played the Black Ranger for me, real first name was Walter.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, there you go.
Ryan and Nick can be Bulk and Skull.
No, I'm Alpha, man. Fuck you guys. Ay.
Man,
That's what Noah's thinking right now, sitting here for this conversation. Ay.
We would have to play that music every time they come on screen. You remember when Bulk and Skull, they was like that certain music.
Listen, I don't care what anybody says. The best Power Rangers movie I thought was Turbo.
Hold
Love
on.
that shit.
Okay, you mentioned the
Love that
song.
shit.
Hold on. You mentioned the song. I have to go back to this Avatar. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. Ryan knows.
And I did not mind the recent Power Rangers movie. So.
Do you all want to know
I
what's
liked
so
the
bad?
most recent movie.
I did too.
You want to know something that's so fucking bad, by the way? Oh, by the way, awesome Gold Ranger staff. Ryan has some of the best collection of shit, by the way. Anyway, so for the longest time of recent history, even though I watched the damn series when it was on like a freaking like cable access cartoon channel block, right? To see Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in like the 2000s. For some reason, adult me, current me, thought for years, oh yeah, that's Doink the Clown's theme. Bulk and Skull's theme. I thought that was Doink the Clown's theme. Again, referred to Burger. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why I thought this. I don't know. I still don't. And I feel stupid that I did it.
Dattilo wants to know, Ryan, which Gold Ranger are you, Jason or Trey?
There's only one, it's Jason.
Actually, there's like 4 of them things.
Yeah, there's like
Listen,
4.
the only one that
Rangers.
matters is Jason.
No. His body couldn't hold up to the power.
Yeah,
It's gonna kill him.
Bro, he was on less episodes of Power Rangers than the Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue.
Well, but didn't the actor get into some shit though?
Not in real time.
No,
not in real time, but like over the years.
You're thinking of the Red Wild Force Ranger, brother.
No. There's a lot of Rangers that have been picked up for some interesting things. Okay, like Austin St. John is a very questionable person from a moral standpoint because he wanted to monetize certain quotes from certain people with certain mustaches in the 1940s.
Let's just say him and Logan Paul would be best friends. Anyway, continue, Ryan.
Austin St. John got picked up for PPP fraud. Okay? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Stole from the government. It is what it is.
Yep.
There's worse things to do. I think the T-shirt thing was worse.
To be honest, it's not a Ted DiBiase Jr. thing where he stole from the public.
I'd rather he steal from the government than he steal from people.
Yeah,
I
really.
think the only Ranger that hasn't really gotten in trouble isn't it like the Red Time Force Ranger? Isn't he like?
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. What do you mean?
I still say
Sweetheart of a
the
dude.
best, like Ranger series was the Green Ranger Burning Candle thing, like that those 3-4 episodes, whatever it was.
Green with the Evil parts 1 through 5.
Yeah.
The introduction of the Green Ranger.
Actually, Walter's thinking of the Green Candle episodes, which is the 2 to 3 part series in that. But Green with Evil is also good. But also, unless you have a Master Morpher,
true,
you're a cheap copy.
True.
I have a master. Never mind.
If you guys want to see Ryan really nerd out, go back and watch our coverage of Crime Wave when Vengador wrestled and he wore his White Ranger helmet for the beginning of the
was
match.
funny as shit too. Oh my god. Yeah, there was some funny moments on that show.
Dude, that was such a clippable show.
Yeah, it was.
Hey Noah, look at my son trying to kiss your ass. Look what he wrote.
What did he rate?
Walter, we can barely hear you, dude. You're so soft. In
Yeah,
comparison
you are
to us.
super soft.
I don't know what. He wrote that for the faction thing, but I think he's kissing Uncle Noah's ass. Look,
Cosmic Angel. Yeah.
We should definitely have a podcast where we nerd out about anime and fucking Power Rangers and shit.
Wasn't there an episode where we nerded out over Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Dude, that was so funny.
Listen, ban list just came out. Super excited. The new set is gonna cost me a fortune. Fucking hate it.
All I'm saying, if you're looking for this is a great cheap plug, but if you're asking for a podcast where people are just allowed to come in and nerd out, every Monday, you can find me and James
wrestling with various. There is that. He's correct.
I had to get the cheap plug in. My apologies.
I thought you were going to plug Smut on the Spectrum.
No.
Yo, how can y'all bring it up and I can't? This is bullshit.
Nobody should bring it up because private.
I didn't bring it up.
Everybody,
James, it's not
private.
Me and JJ can nerd out about Batman then.
Hey, listen, Batman's great. All right, especially the Arkham games. Anyway.
The Arkham games are okay.
Did we cover Saturday night's main event today?
Yes.
We did. That was the opening topic, but you were not here, so if you would like to give your thoughts on it quickly, feel free.
I don't like being bait and switched when promised a match. Okay, so that's the only thing I take thumbs down about the opening contest. But overall, it is what it is. Great brawl. Continue to sell whatever the storyline goes to. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Last time. That match had me in my feels. And I've got to go back and watch it again, more than likely. Because there's some things I missed, because I was also trying to watch Collision at the same time, because I am a freak. It is what it is. But I'm excited for Sami Zayn next week. For me to be excited about WWE programming means it's Royal Rumble season, and it's my favorite event of the year. So, despite where it may be coming from, this is what it is.
I'm raising my hand. To anybody in the group, because we're talking about, you mentioned Collision, no spoilers, but what's Alex Windsor's faction in the UK?
I do not know.
Noah, do you know?
I don't know if she's part of a faction anymore. I know that her and Nina used to be part of a faction, and I know that they had their hostilities renewed on Ring of Honor, but I don't believe she's in a faction right now in Pro Wrestling Eve or Rev Pro.
Okay. Well, was she in a faction? I feel like she was with like 5 other women.
She was in a faction, yes, and I know what you're referring to, but the name eludes me. Let me see, because it was during Pro Wrestling Eve that she was with a faction, but again, that was a bygone life.
Okay, just checking. Anyways,
no, you're good.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Wasn't giving spoilers. Was talking about my enjoyment of Saturday night's main event.
Oh no, I was saying about Collision. I'm not giving spoilers.
I appreciate that.
Spoilers, no spoiling.
I will spoil it exclusively for you, Nick.
I saw it.
No.
By the way, Nick, you holding up, buddy?
Am I holding up?
Yeah.
Yeah. The missus in the other room watching Heated Rivalry, and I'm here with you, lovely gentlemen.
Are you telling me he still doesn't get the joke from the private?
What?
God damn it. God damn it, Nick.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he's talking. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Cutthroat Collective. That's what it was. Cutthroat Collective.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh, another collective.
I'm fond of many collectives.
Yeah.
The GCW Collective, the Russell Collective.
Yeah, you know what? Let me do this. Gotta get the plug in there, man.
The Shop WC Worldwide Collective.
USA.com. There we go.
JJ, when are we gonna have a shirt?
We used to have merch. That was primarily done through Jeff Meacham's Teespring.
It was.
Unfortunately, it hasn't been updated, and new merch hasn't come up for a while.
There's also a pro wrestling.
Noah actually has a T-shirt on there that you can buy. I have it in the closet. It says, "That's professional wrestling, damn it," and on the back says, "But I digress."
That was during the digress era. Also, me and Noah have shirts specifically on Pro Wrestling Tees when Jeff was running the Shindig once upon a time. True
I
story.
remember there was a Red Crate of Hate T-shirt made.
That was so funny.
Because of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Goddamn place looking ass. Goddamn steel cage.
It was a milk cart. It was a milk crate.
Accurate.
With the Red Crate of Hate.
That's why I said it.
I used to use one of those for a Hell in a Cell for my ring back in the day.
And then I think there was a T-shirt that Jeff made for Noah when he did the Country Redacted.
That was funny. And then I had a swear shirt because I cuss like a sailor.
Yes, number of streams without language or whatever it was.
Yeah, dude. Although, to be fair, I have gotten better at that recently.
You have. You've actually gotten much better. I've gotten much worse.
Yeah, that's my fault. My apologies. It's like we inversed. It's all on the spectrum. Anyway, sorry. Continue. Carry on.
But so yeah, that's really it. Like, there were only a couple of things we were going to discuss. Walter, do you want to give your thoughts on Saturday night's main event, or at least what you saw before you went over to do the UFC fight? And do you want to talk about some of the stuff on the UFC show?
Sure. I only saw the first brawl thing, then I switched after that. Pretty much, I knew that was going to happen. I didn't expect a match, so I didn't get fooled because I pretty much knew if they kind of booked themselves in the corner because they don't want either one of the men to look bad. And I feel like it's still going to happen in the Rumble. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to brawl, eliminate each other, and wrestle all over Saudi Arabia so that way they eliminated each other and nobody actually threw them out. So that's probably going to end up being one of the WrestleMania matches, Fatu and Cody. And they're going to have some kind of stipulation for that. But in terms of the UFC, fight of the night, the main event, of course, these two were swinging. James, you missed it. These two were going at it so hard. Like, I don't know how Patty did not get knocked out. This dude.
My dad had come in and tried to interrupt me multiple effing times, talking about how good the fight was. I got to watch it on replay.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So was the co-main event, Sean O'Malley just staying in the pocket. I love this shit. I love the UFC, and we gotta cover more. Apparently, there was at one point I damn near got to 1,000 views that were watching me live.
1,000 views for UFC?
Dude,
God
damn. Walter, I'll cover the next event with you.
Yeah, please, Nick, because I can't, unfortunately.
Like I mentioned to Walter in private chat, and I mentioned on the streams, I think I've learned the trick. And the trick is that when either Walter's X or the SRS X is broadcasting a watch along, post it and hashtag whatever the event hashtag is.
Yep.
Hashtag SNME. Hashtag UFC 324 or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, that's actually smart idea.
GCW, whatever the hashtag is for the specific show.
Yep.
Because people that are looking for results and stuff will then find our streams. I did it, and the Saturday night's main event stream went from like 20, 30 to 100.
Damn.
Well, I did it for Walter, and he got up to like 1,000.
Wow, bro. Okay, so we are going to do that going forward.
Be mindful of that, and especially for your guys' independent streams, because that's both the collective and the SRS that goes across.
Yep.
That may double your numbers.
Yep. And that would be
While
good
we're
to-
talking about all that, teleporting into the command center via the Morphin Grid, our very own Pink Ranger is now here.
I like purple.
She heard us talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah,
did.
I did. And Trey Miguel too. So here I just decided to join you guys kind of late, but here I am. And Ryan, you're not the only one with the Master Morpher. I got the Master Morpher too. I got the pink and yellow Morpher. I have like 5 different versions of the Power Morpher.
Got a pink one over there. I got a yellow one over there. I have the original one over there.
When you say
I have
original,
a master and
when you say original,
not the original, but the original Lightning Collection one.
no. When you, the Lightning, see, I got the Bandai, both Bandai versions, not the original '93 versions, but the re-release.
I got this version. No, I got that version.
I'll see you and I raise you.
Have you ever seen a Dino Buckler in person?
I've never seen a Dino Buckler.
Noah's doing the countdown. It's the final countdown.
No, it's the final. Yeah.
But there's this toy store
I know,
I frequent in the Cincinnati Fairfield area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's called the Toy Department, and they have so much.
Most
They have
uncreative.
so many things.
Quiet.
So many things from wrestling,
Anyways, back to the
Power Rangers, Transformers, Star Wars. Basically, if it's a brand and it was popular in the 90s or 80s and has a brand that might still exist, they got it.
Now, I have to ask you. I have to ask.
Hold on a second, James. What you're describing, Ryan,
You guys hear me or no?
sounds a lot like Frankensons out here in Southern California.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
Frankincense.
Yes,
Because
we can hear you.
Frankensons is basically a
Just look at
huge warehouse that's like an indoor pop culture swap meet.
Yep.
Anime, Funko Pops, wrestling, Yu-Gi-Oh, Power Rangers, you name it. They've got all of it there.
But yeah, they have this Dino Buckler, but they want $400 for it.
Huh?
And I'm like, oh, how much do I
Is it
really
like-
like Power Rangers?
Is it like the original Super Sentai one? Like this
Mhm.
is Dino Buckler on it?
Mhm.
Mm.
Very much so.
For those who don't know, let me get my
about to come out.
let me do my Siri voice.
Hey, do you guys wear blue for Autism Awareness Month in April?
We will, I'm sure. But real quick, ready? Super Sentai is the Japanese name for the Power Ranger series over in Japan. The more
James,
you know.
you are incredibly wrong. You are incredibly fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. Let me
refer to Burger, James.
I'm about to get the deed. Yeah, refer to Burger, guys.
Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai.
Yeah, and most of the original was just footage from Japan that they
Bro.
dubbed over in English. The first one.
Do you want to know the most egregious bit of that, by the way, in when they use the Super Sentai footage is when it's especially egregious in a lot of episodes of Lightspeed Rescue because you can tell how grainy those fucking cameras are, right? And then you go to when they're filming the additional footage for the American broadcast, and it's like night and day quality. It's so egregious, dude.
In real time, that did not matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, when you were watching it in 93, 94, you gave not a fuck.
Oh no, well, part of the reason for that is because we had the tiny ass little boxes that we used to watch shows on that you could barely tell what's good quality and what's bad quality because everything
True.
looked like shit.
Everything now
was
that
in,
everyone's got HD televisions and shit,
yeah, it was like what 360p. You'd be lucky if you got 144p with no static at all or TV snow going on.
It's just like when you were little, you didn't notice that the Yellow Ranger's actually a dude. So that footage is a dude, even though the Yellow Ranger's a girl in the.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Dude, they had several Yellow Rangers, by the way. Super Sentai was always male, and then like in America, it was always a female.
Not all the time.
Well, because Saban was totally racist, no?
Well, Saban
So that was a lot of things, but
Saban's an interesting character. A few months ago, Power Rangers came on to Fortnite, which is the biggest that Power Rangers has been probably in a long time. When you make Fortnite, your popularity starts going back up again, right? Watching Sentai Twitter like freak out because the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are here, but not the Zhu Rangers. That was funny.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Fortnite, baby. Was it Trini, the daughter? Trini's daughter was in Fortnite technically, or no? I don't know.
No.
And then Zach, is Zach the Black Ranger? I don't know.
Okay, it's just the Rangers. It's just them in the suits.
Oh, it's just them in the suit. Okay. So
Yeah,
we don't
and
know
the
who they
Megazord.
are.
Not unmorphed, but morphed.
Got it. Fair. Well,
speaking of
And- and
Rangers, aren't you going to the Pasadena Con tomorrow, Datilla, to get to
no,
meet?
that was today.
Oh.
Tomorrow? Oh no, not going. I don't think I am.
I would think not if it was today and you missed it.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that it was for the 25th tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I'm probably not gonna go. I wanted to, but stuff.
It is what it is.
Because I know she was talking about going so that she could try to interview some of the ex-Rangers for her channel.
Yeah, I was trying to do Jason Font since we are celebrating 25 years of Time Force.
Oh, Time Force. Time Force is a freaking underrated season of Power Rangers.
Underrated, James. You live under a rock. Time Force is one of the most popular seasons of Power Rangers.
No, it's not as popular in most circles as you think. Like,
no,
in
it's
my
not
circle,
popular.
They did not,
It's
in my friend circle, they hated Time Force.
James,
For
don't you
some
fucking argue
reason,
with
we
the
were a
truth,
Lightspeed Rescue fan
James?
club back then.
James, refer to Burger.
It's not my fault. I'm not the one.
Okay, because
I didn't hear
as the other Power Ranger guy on this panel, who has a room full of it, James, Time Force is extremely popular.
I love Time Force, so I'm happy about that. But
So it's not an underrated one. Your underrated Power Rangers series starts coming further down the line.
Yeah, that's true. Ninja Storm's pretty cool, and Dino Thunder. I like those two because ninjas and dinos. I'm a very simple person.
One of these days, Wrestling with Ism is going to do a Power Ranger episode.
Yeah, refer to Whopper because I'm very simple.
I might have to be there for that one. My knowledge is not as extensive because it is well documented on streams that I stopped watching when the ninja outfits from the first movie came onto television and they completely retconned how they got everything. Ninja annoyed the ever-living fuck out of me.
Yeah.
True.
That is why the Turbo movie is better than the original MMPR movie. Because it's canon to the events of Turbo.
Yeah.
That's the first time
It's
I've
not-
heard someone say that.
It's not the fact that the original movie's bad. It's just the original movie just exists in its own canon.
Yeah.
Turbo exists within the canon of the Turbo series.
Yeah. I mean, by the way,
Which, for the record, for the viewers, the wrestling conversation is done for the night unless y'all super chat. So we're just shooting the shit here now until we get bored. So
to Emmanuel's comment, people say, the people that replaced Jason, Zach, and Trinity were like bad, but I'm like, I think they get way too much hate. I thought they were.
I liked Rocky, Adam, and Aisha.
Yeah, I really liked them. I thought they were cool.
It was when Kimberly left and Kat came in and the Ninjor thing began, that I was like,
Dude,
okay, I'm out.
Dude, Adam became like one of the most influential Rangers of all time too, because he like came back for multiple seasons. And in Power Rangers in Space, he has like the most badass scene where he's using a broken morpher to fight
Always
off
a
buddies
chance.
and shit. It was great.
What's that, Datilla?
The episode that James was talking about, the broken morpher, always a chance. He's trying to help Kratos regain his confidence after he injures Cassie.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
dude. Yeah. He's a badass, like in the show. Like people do not give the Adam character any credit. Like just
Sadly,
because he
he-
replaced Zach. Yeah.
Well, sadly, he doesn't get a Master Morpher because he could have a Master Morpher himself. He doesn't
I
get
think
one.
he deserves a Master Morpher.
Respectfully, I think Rocky, Aisha, and Adam are hated on a little too hard, especially considering they actually have longer tenures as Rangers than the original cast members.
Yeah.
For one reason or another. But yeah. Go on, JJ.
I was going to say, I think a lot of it just comes down to everybody always loves the original. And when the original changed, they have a hard time dealing with it. You know, you can pinpoint that in any facet of pop culture. You know, people always criticize the Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen and romanticize the David Lee Roth era. You know, and God forbid no one talks about Gary Sharon, because that was just a horrid decision. You know, people are criticizing the chick that took over for Chester in Lincoln Park.
I would have no slander.
You know, so it's like it's always going to happen. People loved Jason, Trini, and Zach so much that they didn't want Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. I had the hugest crush on Kimberly. So I'm like, who the hell is this cat chick? That's not Kimberly. Give me Kimberly back.
I didn't mind Cat.
That's the way it is, you know, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I think that's the way it is for a lot of people. So depending on what era you came in, you know, if you missed Mighty Morphin completely, and maybe you came in during Dino Thunder. Once those Rangers got replaced by the next era, people probably stopped tuning in.
So technically speaking, I was watching Mighty Morphin, but Mighty Morphin in my time block in my area would always be followed up by Wild Force. So I technically grew up in the Wild Force era.
Okay. So then what came after Wild Force? Because I was long
Ninja
gone.
Storm.
Ninja Storm.
So then when the Ninja Storm characters took over, was it the same characters or were they all new?
Different
Rangers?
characters. Disney took over with Ninja Storm.
Whole new cast. Yeah,
Okay,
it was,
so then the people that, you know, saw Ninja Storm coming off of Wild Force, they were probably the same way. You know, that's not my Power Rangers.
Wasn't
They're my
Ninja Storm-
Rangers that I came to know and love.
Wasn't Ninja Storm the first Power Ranger series that had a black actor as a lead? Pretty sure. it
No,
was.
Turbo.
it was Turbo because
Turbo.
TJ,
Also,
TJ.
right.
hold on. Ninja Storm, he's Polynesian.
He
It's
is
actually, I think, Samoan.
Polynesian.
R.I.P. By the way. R.I.P.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, he went through a lot of shit. I can't believe, like, looking at the Ninja Storm arc, that they actually had him like reenact his mental struggles, knowing what we know about him now. Like that's wild to me, dog. Like that's like you always get that too, because we mentioned about Linkin Park, right? Like Chester Bennington, like a lot of his songs were a cry for help. That whole episode where he's like battling his inner demons was like a cry for help.
What's crazy is that you don't realize it in the moment. You don't really figure it out until it's too late.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mental health is important, folks.
But yeah, you know, I think that's what it comes down to is, you know, what era you came up in, that's your era. And when the next era takes over, it's the whole, those aren't my characters. Those aren't the guys that I know and love. Give me those people back.
Like, I'll give you a prime example. When I got back into Power Rangers in 2007, I got back in with Operation Overdrive, which is a season, which was the mega force of its day. Everybody hated that season, but I personally like it.
So many hated it.
I like it. You know, it's something that got me back into Power Rangers. So I have no ill feelings towards it.
See, and
Operation Overdrive killed my love for Power Rangers.
And I can make the same comparison, bringing it back to wrestling with NXT 2.0. NXT 2.0 turned a lot of people off of NXT, but that's when I came into it.
Yeah.
So I have nothing but positive things to say because that version of NXT hooked me. And I've been watching it ever since. You know, kind of like how that version of Power Rangers brought you back. You know, so kind of the same thing there, tying it back to professional wrestling.
You know what really deserved more love? There was a couple seasons of the show that I don't think nearly gets enough love that it deserves. Mystic Force,
Underrated.
and Jungle Fury.
We're celebrating 20 years of Mystic Force.
Are we really? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, like I really, really enjoyed those seasons. I really enjoyed the Green Ranger and Mystic Force as well, just because I think it was.
I met Xander. He's
Yeah,
great.
Xander's great. Xander's great.
I've got a question here for my Power Ranger nerds. What are your thoughts on VR Troopers?
Huh?
Not a fan. Not a fan. Particularly myself. But
to be honest,
I can't really give you an explanation as to why. It just wasn't Power Rangers, and I didn't click with it.
To be honest, I don't know what we're referring to. I apparently missed it when hibernating one day. I don't know.
Because of my age, at first I kind of got mad about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I thought they were just a straight copy of Voltron.
Same. I'm right there with you. But then I saw Green with Evil, and then everything changed.
You know what?
I mean, so lucky they didn't follow Borai's storyline. I guess
You know what
he would have been gone.
You know what you guys should check out, since you mentioned that, Walter and JJ, this refers to you too. Look up Death Battle, Voltron versus the Megazord Death Battle. It's a really good animated death battle. Because they have Voltron and the Megazord fight. It's great.
Time out real quick. I saw Walter's comment in the private chat that he's going to dip. Since his audio is so fucking low, I want to give him the ability to speak without being spoken over.
Yes.
Go ahead and do your shills, Walter.
All right, you can follow me on the Rage of Wrestling YouTube channel. Hopefully, all those views I got in UFC equal some subs. Please, guys, you like what you see. Instagram Walter.Cruz.940, and then the X at Walter Alex Cruz.
All right.
All right, guys.
See you, brother.
Walter, catch you next time.
All right.
Catch you later, alligator.
Then
What did you see on VR Troopers? So while
It wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
So while personally I never had, I never really seen VR Troopers. I really like the theme song. We are VR Troopers. I really like the theme song. And had Tommy not been brought back, he would have been the main lead in VR Troopers. Brad Hawkins, who originally played Ryan, was supposed to take over as a White Ranger, but Saban saw how popular Tommy was, so they switched things around.
Ryan, you're a White Ranger after all.
I was a Titanium Ranger.
Yeah, and VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, they were all masked riders. They were all under Saban, so he was trying to create his own little universe here.
Do you know that in Forever Red they used the Beetleborgs
Yes, I do.
outfits?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, James.
I was going to say, do you know who you're talking to?
Listen, I just thought that was funny and cool.
Refer to Whopper.
Hey,
James, you want to know who wouldn't have known that? This guy. Because I wasn't watching Power Rangers at that point, but I've seen Forever Red. So I would have had no fucking clue. But you know who would know? These two over here. Because clearly they're bigger Power Ranger dorks than I ever have been.
Yeah, me too.
My knowledge is pretty much limited to Mighty Morphin. And And even there's stuff that I have to go back and re-watch to try to remember because it's been so long since I've seen all the episodes.
That's fair.
May I say best cross? I know you're talking about the Beetleborgs one, but with Forever Red, the best crossover for Power Rangers had to have been them and the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Shell Shocked from Power Rangers in
Hell
Space.
no. Hell
So good.
Hell no. What are you talking about?
That's the well, that when
so
we're
much.
talking about crossover, I mean that's actually the only crossover that Power Rangers ever did with another franchise.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, like so when he says best, I mean objectively, it's the only option.
But I add in like when I'm saying crossovers, I think for Power Rangers aspect, I mean like I would lump that arc in with like space and galaxy, or
Nick, refer to Burger.
Charles, I just sent you the link to your X chat, your X message box.
I do just want to state also, I really like Ninja Turtles. I really like the Power Rangers in space. Really didn't like the crossover because I'm reminded that it was the time that they tried to do the live action like Ninja Turtle thing, and yeah, it wasn't.
Which version of Ninja Turtles did you like? I grew up with Mutant Chain Reaction, but I also like
It was the one.
80s theme song.
It was the one where
the
they were
movies.
Yeah.
It was the movie Turtles.
Yeah, it was the movie Turtles before the animated movie. Yeah.
Okay, because the only movie Turtles from that era that were good were the first two. The third one, where they go back in time to Japan, was god awful. So I think I've seen like clips of the crossover with Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, but I don't think I've actually sat through the entire episode. Put it on my bucket list. Maybe we can add it to a watch along that we do at a future date, since you want to get me watching old Power Ranger shows that I've never seen.
Dude, there's a lot, bro.
You know what?
There is a lot.
Greetings, Charles, who was geeking out in the chat room by the way that he had the FOMO that Nick had when we were doing the Maximum Carnage Dynamite. Charles is like, y'all are talking about Power Rangers and VR Troopers, and I'm not there. What the actual fuck you got? So I shot him the link so he could join us.
Which I thank you, JJ, for that.
Welcome,
Man,
Charles.
you're dusty. Man, you're dusty.
I'm loving this fun. Also, James, do you have a fucking problem with the TMNT crossover episode?
I really didn't like it. No, I thought it was so lazily put together. The only thing that was worse than that crossover episode, not even a crossover. The only thing worse than that team up episode was the Lost Galaxy Lightspeed Rescue one, and that's for obvious reasons. Oh boy, was that for obvious reasons?
What do you mean? Obvious reasons. What do you mean?
There was like some shit that went down with the Galaxy Force team, and they were like going over some nonsense when shooting, and it got to the point where the Lost Galaxy team ended up, I think, in legal dispute with what's the company's name again? Remind me. Refer to Roper here in this particular part. Yeah,
I'm Saban.
Yeah, they were in a legal battle with him, with that team because they were fighting for screen time in the Lightspeed Rescue crossover, and when you notice, they don't do the morph for the Galaxy Force Rangers because
also it's Lost Galaxy. It's just Galaxy, not Galaxy.
Lost Galaxy.
Lost Galaxy. Sorry. Yeah.
Are you talking about Yukina's Revenge, where Lost Galaxy teams up with Lightspeed Rescue? I know Denny Salmon, who played it Leo, did not like that episode, not because they were in a legal dispute, but because of the plot. It was basically about a little girl. So that he didn't like it. He didn't even want to come back for that episode. And by that time, I think he had already graduated law school and he was just focusing on law. That was the same reason for it. He didn't want to come back for Forever Red. If you look at Forever Red, they had to digitally enter him in some shots because
he was like integrated in some shots. Yeah, they basically begged him to come back to do that one, and they filmed the scene separate. But like I do remember the reason they did the girl plot was because there was also a fight for screen time between the two teams. I do remember that was one of the reasons why they went with the girl plot in the first place, because they couldn't get all the team to agree. So it was like a whole mess. It was the most messy backstage politic nonsense. It was so pro wrestling. It's unbelievable. It's
no, that wasn't the messiest. That wasn't the messiest backstage stuff. If you want to kick it back to Mighty Morphin, why do you think Jason Sack and Trini left? Because their actors walked out. They wanted better pay. They wanted better working conditions.
Yeah, that
was
because
messy.
They were paying them like freaking waiters.
James, you think I don't know this stuff? I know all this stuff.
James, we got 3 people that knows Power Ranger stuff here on this conversation.
That ain't pro wrestling. That's just horrible treatment. You know what I mean?
I know I'm the host, but I'm gonna bring myself down to the bottom row because clearly the 3 in the top row know more about this shit than I do.
Yeah, they don't fuck around with Power Rangers.
Power Rangers Power Rangers in 1993 did $1 billion in toy sales when adjusted to inflation. They had the money to pay that original team, but they just chose not to.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is what it is. And there's a reason why Power Rangers actors weren't unionized. They were not union.
They weren't
basically you could
much later.
Yeah, and it took it. They didn't get unionized until after Hasbro picked it up, if I recall correctly.
No. They didn't get unionized until I believe In Space. I believe from In Space.
I thought it was after
Wild Force. It was unionized.
I thought it was after they went with the Ninja Storm arc.
No,
all the way from
It
was that soon.
When Disney bought Power Rangers, they made it ununionized. They made it non-union, and they moved production to New Zealand.
Oh, jeez.
So they were ununionized.
So they were
then ununionized again.
Yeah, they were unionized from, I believe, In Space to Wild Force, and then they went non-union when Disney bought the company.
Damn.
Yeah, Detel was right. That's how it was. And I can back that up too on that.
And then Hasbro bought it, and they closed up shop and auctioned up the entire warehouse.
Yep.
I do have a slight off-topic question from Emmanuel, but because we were talking about Ninja Turtles a second ago as part of this, he said, why did Ninja Turtles Part 3, when they went to Japan, why wasn't it the same costumes from the Jim Henson Creature Shop? Why not use his production? I think it has to do with the fact that Jim Henson died in 1990. And so some of the peripheral things were kind of put on halt. There was a deal with Disney that got put on halt because of his death. Ninja Turtles 2, I think they only used the costumes because the deal was either already signed or pre-production had already begun by the time of his passing. But I would almost be willing to bet that Jim Henson's death is why they didn't use the Creature Shop for Part 3. Not that it would have saved anything, because the movie itself was god-awful. The costumes didn't make it any better. But, you know.
I want to forget about that in Part 3 ever existed. To be damn honest.
When it comes to the Ninja Turtles, there's only 2 crossovers in history that I can think of that I've seen incomplete. So, like I said, I can't really talk about the Power Rangers one that were any good. One was Turtles Forever, which brought together like all the different iterations of the Ninja Turtles over the years, even going back to the black and white comic book Turtles.
That show was awesome.
And the other one is Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue, which was an anti-drug PSA from the late 80s that had DuckTales, Alf, Garfield, freaking Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles, the Muppet Babies. Winnie the Pooh, all these different characters that were big at the time in a 30-minute anti-drug PSA.
I just learned something new today. I'll be damned.
You can actually find it in its entirety on YouTube.
If you're talking about video
I'll
games,
definitely
as
do
well,
that later.
there is a third crossover, and that is the Injustice crossover with DC.
I did say that I have seen in its entirety myself, James.
God damn it, James.
James, that's my department here. Well, that freaking thing.
Hold
Like,
on.
nope.
Media
Back to
literacy
burger.
is your friend.
Back to burger.
Oh my.
But yeah, so this is great conversation about Power Rangers. We always end up having conversations about Power Rangers when Datilla's on or when Ryan is on. I think this is the first time both of them have been on together for a Power Rangers talk.
Ryan needs to join me for a show since he's the only one of the group that's seen anything outside of Mighty Morphin.
I was going to say, her channel is Rangers of Wrestling. It is a straight-up hybrid of Power Rangers and pro wrestling.
The gap in my Power Rangers knowledge is anything post Operation Overdrive. I see a little bit of. I have gone back. I've became. I've seen pieces of RPM. RPM's a great standalone series because it's not really connected to any of the other franchises.
It's connected to Beast Morphers.
Now, it was not at the time.
I know.
So I do have to go back and watch Beast Morphers as well. The Neo Saban, by the point in time Saban picks it back up off Disney, I'm not very. I am rejecting my childhood and I'm rejecting myself at that point in time, and I'm doing other things.
Let me say this: when it comes to Samurai and Super Samurai, if you've seen Samurai Sentai Shinken Ranger, you've pretty much seen Samurai and Super Samurai.
I've
It's
seen all
literally a copy
Sentai
and
too,
paste.
so.
It's literally a copy and paste. The only difference is that they made Lauren and Jaden siblings. Well, in Shinken Ranger, Kuru Shiba ends up adopting Takaru. How that happened, I don't know how that's possible, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say this. When are you three, and I include Charles in this as well, when are you three just gonna do a Power Rangers podcast? Like when's that coming? Or can I just listen?
I think you and JJ on this one. On that boat.
I'm just saying.
This is the podcast. You guys are just here for it.
This is
and I just show up.
This is fair. It's fair.
This is the pilot episode.
Yeah, basically. But also the Tilla's point here about we watched the Sentai, you've seen Samurai. Hey, at least Sentai did it better than that Super Mega Force. I don't want to get into that. No. Brian and Dylan knows what I mean.
I'll be real. I haven't watched anything past Jungle Fury. The only thing I watched outside of it was like that crossover where JDF was on his last thing. So that was it.
Like I watched the anniversary episodes. I've watched the anniversary episodes for most of those. But beyond that, it is what it is, In terms of underrated Power Rangers, because James threw out Time Force as an underrated Power Rangers franchise. Despite that being its toy sales depleted, but that's because you have a TV show about people flying these jets in cities in the same year that 9/11 happened. So there's reasons why their toy sales were down.
As I say, Ryan's kind of wrong here.
Yeah, he's
spot on. It is what it is, but I did like Dino Fury. That was the most recent Power Rangers I watched. It was the most recent of Netflix's. It and Cosmic Fury go together, and it was a nice little love letter. It brought Power Rangers, in my opinion, back to what Power Rangers should be. And there's so much plot from the previous seasons that crossed over into that, whereas it's like, okay, there's a reason to go back and watch it.
Hell, they brought Billy back for that that current team iterations.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
See, I always thought Billy got a bad rap. Like, I liked Billy.
Billy was great.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Billy deserved better. And he did eventually.
Justice
get
for
better.
Billy.
Justice for Billy.
No, I was just about to say it, and then Nick chimed in, who's been like super quiet. So it's like, okay, we'll give it to Nick.
Justice for the Billy Goat.
Yeah, the Billy Goat.
Well, he's building something where the world is building over there.
He was the Billy Goat before Will Ospreay took the phrase Billy Goat, because his name literally was Billy, and he was a goat in Power Rangers. So
What do you think? Hold on. What do you think Will is the name for? Also,
that's you know what? That's true, Billy. Hold on. Let me refer to Burger. All right, cool.
Okay, what the heck is it?
if
One day.
you know.
Question you.
One day he will know.
One day, Charles. One day.
And I probably don't want to know.
I have a question for the group.
Go for it.
Since we're being all nerdy, what's everybody's favorite anime?
Okay, Nick, you realize I'll be here way too long. Don't put me on the spot here.
Look, if I'm being honest, I really don't watch anime. You know, I just have never gotten into it. And yes, I watched Voltron back in the day. Yes, Voltron is technically an anime. No, I didn't know it at the time, so I don't really count it, because for me it was just 80s cartoons.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know, the one that I watched and I only got through the entire first season of, it's probably a toss-up between Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's basic bitch shit. You know, that's pumpkin spice latte type shit, you know, basic bitch shit, but I don't really watch anime.
No, I don't see it that way, personally.
I only say it like that because it's like that's anime that everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like asking somebody what their favorite Beatles song is, and they come back with like "Hey Jude."
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Everybody
to that conversation.
Song, you know what I mean?
I am super casual, much like JJ.
What's your favorite Aerosmith song? I don't want to miss a thing. Like everybody fucking knows.
Everybody knows
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I call it basic bitch shit. You know, I'm not pulling some of the, you know, shit out of left field.
Yep.
That people know, or even more modern shit that could be considered like basic. Like I was starting to get into My Hero Academia, and then I stopped watching it.
My Hero Academia is pretty decent, but I'll say this: I liked it better than Naruto, but that's because Naruto had a lot of dun 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 dun.
But again, like I would consider that basic bitch shit because it's something that everyone kind of knows.
Yeah, I would consider
it's
that
beginner level.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Naruto, Dragon Ball, and whatever, and everything else you can throw in there.
So that's for me right there. I would probably go with Yu-Gi-Oh! Out of those. I really connect with Kaiba, which you're not supposed to in the beginning because he's like the villain.
Big old
One of
dick.
the villains in the beginning, but you watch his arc come along, and like that's what really sold me on him. Was
One
seeing
day.
his character arc. So
You changed our whole tone for
What are you
that.
talking about?
One day, as a family, collective and SRS, we have to watch Dark Side of Dimensions.
really quickly, Datilla asked, "What are we talking about?" Charles asked, or Nick asked, what our favorite anime was.
No, I meant, what are you talking about?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
Okay.
we're doing. What's your favorite anime?
I know. I
My-
said my Sailor Moon.
Mine would also be Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say Dragon Ball Z, but I mean,
That's the hold on, JJ. By the way,
Super
that's
basic.
the base. That's the basic bitches.
Yeah. Like I related more to Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid than I did Dragon Ball Z. But I do like Dragon Ball Z, but not to the level
I like
some other people.
Yu-Gi-Oh. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, but I only like the original Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh GX or
Yeah,
the
DM.
other two.
Yeah.
I just like
Always.
the original Yu-Gi-Oh.
And for me, that's definitely.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be down one out then. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Like,
part.
I-
That's
I-
Watch 2 was like the OG, the first 5 seasons or whatever.
Yeah, you know who I felt like were the most annoying villains from season 1? The Brothers Paradox, because they like to rhyme.
Oh yeah, no, they
forgot that. I forgot about that.
And to Ryan's point, I get where you're coming from as far as Dragon Ball, but like I said, I look at the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, Naruto, like I clump it all into like the same era of anime. Like if it was on Fox Kids,
yeah,
you know, then
Kids
it's something
WB.
that like everybody kind of knows, and it's entry level shit.
Yeah.
Adult Swim when they used to have anime.
Anybody watch Shaolin Showdown?
Oh, Shaolin Showdown was a great show. I actually
Never heard of
if you want now, if I
Half of your
really,
time, JJ.
if I really wanted to piss off every anime fan, even the casual ones, I could just say my favorite anime is Megas XLR.
But like
anime.
I'm gonna need context on why that's gonna piss people off, James, but I'll probably have that for another time. Because I'm now confused.
I know a lot of people these days are into One Piece.
Yeah, we're trying to watch it.
Never watched it. Don't really know anything
I've
about it.
watched One Piece.
JJ, to be fair, you have all that. It would take like forever to catch up because
if you have to take 20 episodes to get good, no thanks.
More than 20.
100. It was one. I've been told 100 episodes is a fair shot.
Yeah.
No.
Any
If
number.
you can't hook me after the first episode or the first movie, then I'm not going to keep going.
This is where manga.
In the theaters to Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. There's a reason I never watched the other two Lord of the Rings movies or the Hobbit movies.
Why?
Okay.
That's why I never got into Harry Potter. The first movie just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, well, you got to get to the third movie. I'm not going to give it a chance. If the first 2 hours didn't hook me, I'm not going to sit through 2 more hours to get an hour into the third movie for me to be like, oh my God.
Have you ever read the Harry Potter books?
No.
So
you should probably read the books.
Hold on.
Okay.
I have not answered the next question.
Go ahead.
All right. Nick, my personal favorite anime, Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
Ryan and I are on the same boat. Thank you.
That's a good one.
On the
It's
same
the only.
boat.
I usually rewatch this about every few years or so. I'm also one of very few people that actually enjoy the original 2003 anime over Brotherhood. Not necessarily because Brotherhood's better, or not because I think it's better than Brotherhood. It's better written because it's the source material for what they went with. But it's an example of an anime that catches up with its source material way too fast, and they have to come up with the story for it. And I really liked that original story that they did for the 2003 Full Metal Alchemist. Though, since we got 2 Power Ranger fans here, you're curious what a good anime that you might want to invest into is hold on. Sentai Red Isekai de Bokensha ni Naru, or that effectively translates to Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. It's an isekai that follows the Power Ranger, basically.
Which I watch all the Sentai, so it's which I watch a lot.
I actually never really watched Super Sentai except for like a few episodes of Kuru Sentai Jew Ranger. Oh, and Samurai Sentai Shinken Ranger.
Will say one of my personal favorite Sentai series is the Pirate one, which is why I have a little bit of issues with some Megaforce. But that's all.
Are you talking about Gold Guy? Gold Guy?
Thank you. That's the one.
But if for those of you that enjoy Power Rangers, you should enjoy Voltron Defenders of the Universe.
Which I have enjoyed.
It's literally 5 lion robots that come together to form a mega robot to fight off villainy. It's black, blue, yellow, pink, and green, I think.
Voltron?
Yeah.
Yeah, Voltron.
Black, hold on. Black, yellow, red, blue, green.
Okay.
There you go.
I could have swore there was a pink in there too.
No, the red. That was the red. Because
Oh,
the
okay.
red was the head, black was the body. Pretty sure blue and yellow were the legs.
JJ went back to his childhood and forgot that it was, he
But-
probably saw pink in the old 144p with the TV snow all over.
First of all, James, shut
Okay.
the fuck up. And second of all, what Nick just described as the head, body, and legs, did that not sound like the fucking Megazord?
Yeah,
It was.
I know exactly what JJ was referring to, but also JJ.
Hey, I grew up with that shit too, brother.
Then again, I grew up when my mother was watching Inuyasha. She recorded all the damn episodes.
Those
All
old-
BHA's tips.
See, you guys consider Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z basic and shit. I consider Inuyasha basic.
Okay.
Disagree.
I never seen
I-
Inuyasha or Naruto.
I disagree in a modern context because, we're old heads as far as anime is concerned, and no one's going back to go watch old anime unless they are students of the game.
I would only go back to watch all the Yasha movies with and show episodes with my mother whenever that time comes. So that's about it. That's the only reason why I would go back.
This is a random question, but this is for all anime heads here. Since it was a fan-funded project and it did air on the Adult Swim anime, network block, would you count Samurai Jack in its entirety as an anime?
That would be on me.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That might be sad.
I didn't think so, but it's funny.
Western
how,
animation.
Some TV shows from like Cartoon Network would like be on the Toonami time block and then call it anime block. I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, they do have the Dragon Ball on there, and some episodes Naruto once in a while. And that's how my mother kept over the Inuyasha. Gets recorded there every night.
I think, dude, as much as I love Toonami, because like Toonami was my childhood, right? Especially Jetstream. Like,
I'll be right back, guys.
If you like, I feel like what Toonami would do is they would just look, right? They would just look at an animation style that looked anime, and it's like, yeah, let's put it on the block. Like, that's what they did.
You know what? That's a fair point. Actually, James, I've been thinking that for damn years. Thank you for saying what my brain was thinking for years. Thank you, good sir.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Megas XLR, but like that is like that's the reason I made that joke. That isn't an anime.
Yeah.
Right? That isn't an anime, but it's like everybody's like, but it was on Toonami. It's like, oh god.
Which it was because of the one night on Toonami where I did see one episode of Dragon Ball Z. It was like, oh,
yeah,
got my attention.
Listen,
And-
cartoons nowadays are completely different than cartoons when we were growing up. Okay.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, it's hard for me to watch it, so.
Nick, allow me to ask you and whoever else wants to answer the question, since we were on the Yu-Gi-Oh. What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Ooh, don't do that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I got 2 easy answers.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Well, 3 easy answers for me.
Are we talking
personally.
about like
I have
all
3 as
time?
well. I have three as well.
Okay,
We're all
are we
doing
talking-
an EJ. We're all doing an EJ. We got to pick one. Everybody gets
Okay,
one.
but like
Damn you.
I need context to this. Is this a card that has been? Can this be a card that hasn't been in the show? Like, or just any Yu-Gi-Oh.
For you, because you actually have expanded Yu-Gi-Oh past, I'll let you answer anything specific. For everybody else, they can only pull from their source material.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say I actually seen all of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, including after the original. So,
well, I'm not Charles. I'm not mean to like. That's still anime. You can pull from that. Do you play the game? Question mark.
I do once in a blue moon.
Okay, then you can answer whatever too. It's everybody else has a very limited source material if they've only seen the original Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
But just
How many are we doing? 1, 2, or 3?
However many that you want.
Okay, can I say all 3 of mine? Because they have never changed. They've been the same 3 since I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh.
Go for it, ladies first.
I already
Okay, so Dark Magician Girl, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Those are my 3 favorite.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay.
Nice picks.
Mine would probably be Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Ooh, good picks.
Damn it, JJ, to tell you freaking both of you have my. The only difference is mine was Blue Eyes and I had Dark Magician.
Okay, look, I already mentioned my affinity for Kaiba. Okay, so you should have known Blue Eyes was coming.
I know, but damn it, JJ, you're not at the same thought process.
In my storage, I have a canvas print that I got from Frankensons of Blue Eyes White Dragon and Kaiba.
I still have the Blue Eyes. I have the whole ass.
So those are my
mini storage box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I have the Blue Eyes White Dragon right now. The only thing I'm pissed, I don't have the Exodia set.
Nick is like looking through his cards.
I remember when Weeble threw the was it Weeble or Rex Factor that
Weeble?
I think it was Weeble who threw Exodia
Weeble.
overboard, and he still lost.
Yeah,
which
bitch.
Right, bitch.
I was okay upset that Exodia lost. I won't lie.
To be totally fair to Weevil, though, you were kind of going up against a deity that literally could will cards into existence even then at that point.
But at that point,
That
you
is
didn't
true.
know he had that power, so you can't use that.
Yeah, but still.
I'm in school.
Actually, that is not what the power of the Millennium Puzzle does. He cannot will cards into existence. That's a different character entirely.
I know
Yeah.
Maya said she was psychic, but she was just spraying her perfume.
Anyway,
Time out for a second. Quickly, let's get the rest of us to answer this question, and then we do have a super chat from Emmanuel bringing it back to wrestling.
Okay.
And then we can get back to nerdism if we want.
Okay.
So the other 4, please answer the question real quick so we can get to Emmanuel's super chat.
So I believe you called on me next, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to surprise some people. My ultimate favorite cards are these are the 3. Melvin's Giant Chicken, and if you know, you know. It's the Winged Dragon of Ra. Elemental Hero Wildheart at number 2 for some reason. It's probably just it's green. He's green. I like green. That's all it is. And then number 1.
Is that why you wanted to be the Green Ranger? Because you like green?
It's green. Yeah. I'm simple, brother. Refer to Burger.
Is that why your background icon is green?
You could be the Green Samurai Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
I love the Green Samurai Ranger.
Or you could be
I think he was
Ziggy from Power
badass,
Rangers
actually.
RPM.
I thought he was badass, actually. And my number 1 card, Stardust Dragon. I thought that shit fucked.
I'll go get mine in.
So those are my
JJ already brought up mine. I would just say it's Dark Petition Girl, Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'll say 4th is Exodia.
Fair.
All right, Nick, you're up.
The fuck
is Red Eyes Dark Dragoon? You basic bitch.
Damn.
That's my G.
Somebody plays
You like-
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Again,
But I will
played
say,
all of them, so
this is how my wife is, but the best wifey in the world.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
That is cool.
JJ.
I see it.
Is that a box statue?
So it's pretty much that I have to put together. So
Model kit?
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's cool.
Pretty good.
Mine is very simple, Nick. Cyber Dragon.
Oh, you call me a basic bitch.
That word's made you said a lot tonight.
Cyber Dragon, really? Just Cyber Dragon? Not even the
You know what
Cyber Dragon?
you know what I can do with a Cyber Dragon deck, James? It's art.
Yeah, you could fucking wreck people's shit even today. With that
No, I mean I do wreck people's shit even today.
Cyber Dragon deck was crazy. Still is.
All right, so we did get a super chat from Emmanuel, bringing things back to wrestling. He wants to know our surprise entrance predictions.
Me besides Chris Jericho?
See, but would he really be a surprise? Like everyone's expecting him.
Yeah, no, really.
He should be.
I mean, technically he would because he's not, he hasn't made his debut yet. But everybody's fucking expecting him.
I feel like if he doesn't show, it'd be a.
Ryan wants to go first. He seems very, very antsy, so go ahead.
El Grande Americano. Gable. Edition.
Gable edition.
Okay. You know what? Since Ryan brought that up, somebody, I don't remember where I read this theory, so I can't give the proper credit, but somebody said let Kaiser come out as El Grande Americano at number 1, and then have Gable come out as El Grande Americano as like number 3. And then you've got that stare down of the two El Grande Americanos.
It's the Spider-Man meme.
Yes. Then they fight. One of them gets eliminated. Then the real person, probably Kaiser, comes out, eliminates the other El Grande, like at number 15. And then at like number 20, Gable comes out. So you have both of them do double duty to build up this rivalry.
You know what would be funny?
We haven't seen anything this goofy since Mankind. Mick Foley entered it 4 times or 3 times.
Yeah, true. Well, here's another one, right? You know, it would be really funny if number 2 was Gunther, and he was like looking at Ludwig as El Grande. He's like, "Bro, what the fuck you doing?"
No, you can't have it be Gunther because Gunther would eliminate him before we could get to number 3, and that would kill the whole spot.
True. Okay, so number 5 then.
Mm-hmm. It would have to be someone equally as goofy, like Tozawa. You know, like you gotta play it for the haha.
Who the haha?
Somebody that El Grande can eliminate pretty quickly and easily. And then here comes the next person, and it's El Grande Americano again. And it's like, wait a minute, what the hell?
I can just already hear Noah getting angry at that sight. Would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I can just hear it already.
Me too.
I want that to happen. I want that to happen now.
I kind of do too.
Honestly, I'm going with Leon Slater. I'm going with Leon Slater.
Fair, I guess. I expect him to be in that Rumble, though. I don't know.
But he's technically a TNA superstar. Like,
yeah.
And yeah, you can give me the Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace thing, but he's he's not like their world champion like they were. You know, Jordan was the Knockouts champion. Joe Hendry was the world champion. And I don't want to downplay the X Division championship and say he's only the X Division champion, but he's a mid-card champion. So it wouldn't be as expected as Mike Santana. You know what I mean? Like Santana coming out as the TNA champion, I think would be a little bit more expected based off of track history. But especially with Javon just recently getting the call up, I could see them using Leon Slater.
I can see it. Yeah.
And especially if he hasn't come back stateside yet because of the visa issues, it would be really easy to get him to Saudi.
Yeah.
Same with Danny Luna, if we're being honest. What about other people?
Yeah, see.
I think Nick Nemeth.
Does he come out as Nick Nemeth to the Wanted Man, or does he come out as Dolph Ziggler? Here to show the world.
I think he comes out as Dolph.
No, I think he'd come out as Nick Nemeth. The Cena tournament thing was one thing. Because Dolph Ziggler has history with Cena and Nick Nemeth doesn't. But now that that's over, I think if he's coming back as Nick Nemeth.
They split Matt Cardona.
What about Evil?
Oh God.
Nick.
Hey, that's fair shit because I heard that he's considering signing.
Well, listen, we know we're gonna see Roy Keys. So
Nick,
I mean,
fuck you. Brain up,
You got
Peter.
Charles. You actually got Charles to come on camera, Nick, and you're not even watching.
Charles' face reveal. Wild.
I've shown my face a couple of times before.
He just doesn't do it.
Exactly.
I haven't seen Charles' face. This is
Fair enough.
So there you go. You blame Nick over for brain up Evil.
well, he's rumored.
I'm
to
sure
be coming
Norwood has something
stateside.
to say about Evil. Even Ash.
Ash
need
does
your
like
patch.
evil. Ash does like some evil.
Yeah, that's the only thing
Every
I think I
village
do it.
is lemons?
Lemons?
We're gonna
You guys
see
don't
Roy
get that
Keys.
reference? You guys don't get that reference?
It is very late to tell that. I'm
It's
sorry. I
from
probably should have.
SpongeBob. It's from SpongeBob. Every
I know.
Ash says walls or no walls when it comes to Jericho. I say no.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I see that.
Yes.
Ash, 10 out of 10. Despite the fact I question you for liking Evil, you get a 10 out of 10 from me for that. There you go.
I say no walls.
shut up,
I
Big
think
Rap.
it's going to be Judas.
Might be Judas. Okay.
I think it starts the countdown like it normally does for the next Rumble participant. And then once it gets to 5, it kicks over to the Jericho clock. So you can get like that. Then you get the explosion, and then Judas cuts in. And I don't want to hear, oh, people don't know Judas, blah, blah, blah. Because when Cody came back with Kingdom, everybody fucking knew that song.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that as an excuse.
Plus virality as well. People will sing
Well-
that song if they're going to sing Cody's song, kind of.
Well, to stir this one up, Cody was not coming back to Smoke and Mirrors.
Nope.
So this is what it is.
He does have
I think for the moment, for the one moment, because we don't know how long we're going to have Jericho, right? If Jericho's here at all, again, speculation aside. But if Jericho makes an appearance, I think personally what I want, because I don't know how long we have him. It's a one-off time. I would like to hear Break the Walls Down one more time. Me personally.
I think if you're going to get Break the Walls Down one more time, you save it for a bigger stage.
Sure.
I was talking about this on the watch along, and this is what I think they might be thinking about doing because of how they've been running with the career killer gimmick for Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
Gunther ends AJ at the Rumble. Jericho returns in the Rumble. Gunther ends Jericho at WrestleMania. Gunther ends Brock at SummerSlam. Each one of the big four, with the exception of Survivor Series, because we don't know who he could slot in there just yet, he's killing one of the careers.
So instead of being the legend killer, he's the career killer?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hate it.
And they need to do one of the Legend Killer tour shirts like they had for Orton back in the day, but have the Gunther Career Killer tour.
Well,
have Saturday night's main event that he killed Goldberg, the Saturday night's main event where he killed Cena, the Rumble date for AJ, and just keep going. Just make that some merch. Because I'd buy it. I used to have the Legend Killer tour shirt.
This one may be a stretch, but I think for surprise appearances, because of the Saudi Prince being involved and probably having his hands in the cookie jar of the booking here, fuck it. I'm going with The Rock. I think The Rock shows up and does some bullshit to Roman, and we finally get that match, and they build it up in the Rumble to start the program. So I'm going to say The Rock.
That's an interesting shout. The problem is how do you get The Rock to Saudi without news leaking about it?
Private.
Because anybody flying over there is going to get noticed.
Private jets.
Possibly.
Covered clothing. Like extremely important people. I don't think that is going to be as difficult as it would be as to hiding. You know what?
I have an idea. You could just have him disguised as Mark
Let him
Kerr.
cook, James.
All right, I'll let him cook.
Hold on. Like, there are ways that you could get very important people over there. Saudi is a very particular, environment where there's a lot of people. So it would be difficult to keep the secret of The Rock a secret. Same thing for Chris Jericho, mind you. Chris Jericho is going to spoil before anything else. I could see Chris Jericho being leaked before The Rock, though. I don't know. I don't hate James's idea. Things get leaked out onto the internet all the time. But I also think that they're saving Rock versus Roman for WrestleMania Saudi next year.
This is true. You
I
could
definitely
also
think they're going to save that match for Mania Saudi, but I think to James's point is they could plant the seeds for it here. We did a year build up to Rock Cena 1. Doing a year and some change build up to Rock Roman isn't that far out of the realm of possibility. Rock doesn't have to be in tip-top ring shape for a Rumble appearance.
Yeah.
Come in, get a few licks in, eliminate Roman, and then he can start the grind to get back into ring shape. Because there's a huge difference between being in shape and being in ring shape.
Yeah.
Actually, I have an interesting question here, JJ. You watched Raw this week, right? Have you consumed any bit of Raw this week?
I have not.
Okay. Because this is actually important. I don't want to spoil it.
It's okay. I've seen stuff going around the net. I just haven't watched. So just go ahead with what you wanted to ask.
All right. So
at this point, it's this week. If I was going to watch it, I would have watched it by now.
Fair enough. for this question, it could be The Rock. They just laid seeds for someone calling Adam Pearce on Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
And Logan, on one of his vlogs, was talking to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is always working. He's always in character. He said that the person who called Adam Pearce is someone that Triple H would hate to hear from. Triple H would be afraid to answer his phone. So, this pertaining to the current Braun Breaker storyline, right? Who have heat with Roman in a way anyways. But, so it can all connect. If Rock is the one who calls Adam Pearce, maybe this is doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only two people I could think of that Triple H would be scared to answer his phone from would be Vince and Rock. And it ain't going to be Vince.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you could, by the way, in order to hide The Rock's identity in Saudi, you could just have him disguise himself as Mark Kerr and nobody would know because they'll probably be like, who the fuck's Mark Kerr?
No, James.
The me want to yell at James right now is very high right now.
I wish you were on camera. That way I could just go, Dad, James.
No. I don't stop James abuse. I don't approve.
Attila, do you got a chancla nearby?
Oh no.
She got the chancla.
As soon as you said that, JJ.
No. I don't like
Refer to Whopper.
It's kind of funny. I think we have a manual in the live chat right now, so it makes it funnier when we got a chancla here. It's not being one speed name at manual.
Manual. He says to have The Rock Black Adam and arrive there.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, that's one way to sneak him in because no one saw the movie.
I saw Black Adam. What are you
I
talking about?
regretted watching that movie at times. Especially now.
Look. I saw Black Adam. I didn't think it was as horrible as people make it out to be. But I'm not a
Yes!
book geek.
It was a fun movie. Finally, someone who knows art.
Ryan over here just I got high energy now.
This is where me and Ryan can get on the same page because I'm just a guy that enjoys movies. I don't read.
I didn't mind it either.
I don't read the comic books, so I'm not one of those guys that's like, this is nowhere near close to the source material. Blah blah blah. This blah 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 that. I go to superhero movies, and I treat them as a popcorn flick. Am I entertained? Yes. Then I like it. You can name some of the worst superhero movies of all time. I probably enjoyed them. Exception of Ninja Turtles 3. That was fucking hot garbage. But like Spider-Man 3.
Did you like Superman Returns?
I saw Superman Returns years later. I didn't mind it. Little side note, I've never been huge on Superman. Because at one point I lived with a guy who was obsessed with Superman. So I always kind of rebelled to him. Why do you think I have the bat? I've always been Batman over Superman.
Manual.
The reason for that is because anybody can be fucking Batman. All Bruce Wayne is a fucking billionaire with wealth coming out of his ass. He's got money for gadgets and shit who actually knows how to fight.
Yep. That was what makes him so.
Anybody can be fucking Batman. So in a world of fake, he's probably the most realistic that there is. Because anybody with some money to invest in gadgets can be Batman.
Batman.
That is true.
Superman at the end of the day is an illegal alien.
I also don't wear hockey pads.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I never was a Superman guy, but I liked Henry Cavill as Superman. And I liked some of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I haven't seen the newest one that came out. Returns was okay. But, like I said, though, you can probably name some of the worst superhero movies, and I probably enjoyed them.
The Green Lantern, the Green Hornet.
I
I actually enjoyed.
I actually liked the Green Lantern too.
The Flash movie.
But
I've heard a
I
lot
like
of people shit on the Flash movie. I enjoyed it. I did.
Even Batman. What about Batman and Robin?
I enjoyed Batman and Robin.
Mr. Freeze and all his puns.
My biggest issue was Mr. Freeze.
What killed dinosaurs? The Ice Age. It's not even a fucking fun.
Look, all about that credit card.
My biggest issue with Batman and Robin was Mr. Freeze because, and this is one point where I do kind of go to the source material because I grew up watching the 60s TV show in repeats. Mr. Freeze, when he was out of the suit, was this feeble, broken down person. The suit gave him his power, kept him alive. Arnold Schwarzenegger does not look, broken down outside of the suit. He still looks like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
You put somebody like DJ Qualls as Mr. Freeze out of the suit and then Schwarzenegger in the suit, okay, we can talk. But, I didn't buy Schwarzenegger as Freeze. I liked Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. I liked Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. Alicia Silverstone was riding high from the Aerosmith videos and Clueless. Chris O'Donnell was a phenomenal Robin. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Chris O'Donnell was a great Robin for the movies. George Clooney was George Clooney.
True.
But I preferred him as Batman more than I did Schwarzenegger as Freeze. I'd only put Clooney slightly above Schwarzenegger. If I was ranking the main characters, it would be O'Donnell, Thurman, Silverstone, Clooney, Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, fair.
From best to worst in that movie.
That's fair.
And the fact that they brought Clooney back in the Flash movie, I thought was hilarious. I popped hardcore when they did that shit.
I enjoy Michael Keaton in that movie.
Yeah, he was good. I will say, every time I hear the Flash now, and maybe this is just CW ruining it for me because of the behind the scenes of the CW show for Supergirl. Have y'all ever seen that clip where they're simulating the Flash running and he just moving his arms like he's spastically moving his arms over and over again, like he's rolling in a wheelchair. It's the funniest shit ever. If y'all have not seen the behind the scenes of this bullshit, you gotta see this. It is the funniest shit ever.
Look, I watch all the CW fucking shit. All with Infinite Crisis.
Okay, what about X-Men Dark Phoenix? I did not like Dark Phoenix at all.
I don't know. Can't comment.
You're talking about the new class ones?
Yeah, the one with the younger versions of
With
Jean
Jennifer
Grey.
Lawrence as Mystique and everything?
Yeah.
I don't remember if I saw that one or not. I know I saw the second one. I don't think I saw Dark Phoenix. But I saw the original cast, the third one when Jean became the Phoenix. I didn't mind that one either. A lot of people shit on that one. But I didn't think it was that bad.
I had no issues with Days of Future Past.
Yeah. That's the one, Days of Future Past. And then I saw Apocalypse. But I didn't see the Dark Phoenix one.
Well, if you guys are going to watch Doomsday, you better brush up on your MCU.
I need to get caught up on MCU films. There's a lot of ones that have come out. I think the last one I saw was No Way Home.
The only noteworthy thing to go back to watch is Endgame, since Endgame's going to tie heavily into Doomsday. So,
yeah.
Someone put
I've
out.
actually never seen Iron Man.
Damn.
Someone said that if you started, I think, on the 26th, and every single movie per day, 2 episodes of each TV show per day, you would end up being ready come to get caught up.
Just like Bonesaw, because he was
I'm
ready.
like, dude, that's a little bit much. And they literally were saying to go back, watch the Sony movies, you know, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, the X-Men's, because all that stuff is going to tie into those.
You okay, Ryan?
Yeah, but
You're all right,
water
Ryan?
went down wrong.
Oh, I hate that
Swallowed,
shit, man.
swallowed, and went down the wrong.
Yeah. Is
Those
it because of
bad
what I
shits.
said? Did I never seen Iron Man?
No.
No. Ryan
It's
and
true.
I
I've
have
never seen Iron Man.
Ryan and I have the same complex because I'll do the same shit. Just all of a sudden, like I'll breathe in air wrong, and then it went down.
Yeah, we
the
forget.
pipe and I'm coughing.
It's a you forget the breathe moment.
Yeah.
And it's a strictly. I don't know who else forgets to breathe, but for me, I do that, and that might be a tism thing.
I think it is a tism thing for sure. Because I do it. I know I do it like a lot. But yeah. Before we go deeper into the rabbit hole, we should probably get the Dilla's pick so we can get the heck out of here because it is almost 3 a.m. for us East Coasters. It's like 2:30 a.m. right now.
The Dilla's pick for what?
For the Rumble.
Oh yeah, surprises.
Guys, look
From
at
the
my
super
pin.
chat.
It's a puzzle piece.
Oh, who that?
Autism puzzle piece.
Autism
God
puzzle
damn it.
piece. Mr. Tism,
Wow.
you don't recognize
Wow,
Down syndrome?
To be fair,
James.
to be fair to Datilla, she probably doesn't know. That is like, and I found this out recently as of like 2 to 3 years ago. That is actually like a huge no in the autism sphere now. There's a reason there's the infinity symbol now. You didn't know that? It's okay.
Autism Speaks does not because Autism Speaks co-opted the puzzle pieces basically.
Yeah.
And it's
okay.
too ingrained, and they don't necessarily speak for the benefit of people.
Yeah, I heard about that. I got that from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got that like 2 years ago. So
Wait, how does that relate to your pick? I'm confused though. I'm
no,
confused.
I was just showing you guys.
No, shoot.
Oh, okay.
You let her continue, James.
Damn it, James, you fucking idiot.
Sorry. Hold
Oh,
on.
so that's
Refer to Burger. There we
James's tism is tisming.
go. Always.
Well, Gigi pretty much had said mine. I was gonna say Leon Sater and Mike Santana.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm trying to think of one for women.
Oh, let's not do the women tonight. Let's save that. We're gonna be here until fucking 3:30 in the morning if we do the women pick, because then we'll get sidetracked again.
James, look who decided to show up.
Oh,
Dev
what's up, Dev?
Dev is
I
in the
think-
hashtag God damn it, James.
God damn it, Dev.
I think the only woman that I could see enter the Rumble as a surprise is AJ Lee. I think this year we're not going to see as many surprises.
But
Yeah, I
honestly,
agree.
like with the roster that they have, are we past having surprises in each Rumble?
Yeah.
The men's has been like that for a long time.
Yeah.
Technically, we are because their rosters are stacked enough that they don't need them. But I don't think we're ever going to be beyond that because people look forward to it.
Yeah, you're gonna get at least one or two, but it's probably gonna be like
I don't think AJ Lee would be considered a surprise because she's technically contracted. What I will say is I think we maybe get Brie Bella.
Yeah.
We get Brie mode.
No Paige. I like watch that for you.
Possibly.
Paige is no. You know what? Paige is good. Paige
is a fair shout, especially since she's posted videos recently training with Vipress.
Yeah.
Getting some of that rust off. But that could all just be, to get people talking.
Honestly, Paige is my only pick that I could think of, because otherwise I was going to go with Tori Wilson or some shit, and that's not really a surprising thing. So
you also got to consider, as was brought up earlier, I forget who mentioned The Rock, if it was you, Ryan, or if that was James.
It was me.
But who does the Saudi government want in there? If they're going to pay all this money to have 30 women in the Rumble, who do they want to see?
Yeah.
Could we get Sable for the first time in God knows how long? Could we get Victoria, Lita?
That might be a benefit. That might be the benefit of those bodysuits.
Didn't the Saudi government want like the Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna when they first went over there? So
and then they hired a different Samoan guy to play as Yokozuna the first year.
Look, that Rumble match was still, regardless of that Titus World Slide was the only other thing that benefited from that Rumble that happened.
Jeff said, "What about Ronda Rousey?"
God, no, not again.
I'm not saying to give her a full-on contract, but if the Saudi government wants her for an appearance,
yeah, that's fair.
A one-off. I still want Ronda to come to AEW and win the women's tag titles with Marina Shafir. Then she would have won the WWE women's tag titles with Sonya and the AEW titles with Marina.
Don't you mean
with Shayna Baszler?
Yeah,
that's what I meant with Shayna.
Yeah.
I thought I said Shayna, but
I want the Iconics to go to AEW just so that they can be the only women to win the WWE Women's Tag Titles, the TNA Knockouts Tag Titles, and the AEW Women's Tag Titles.
That would not be inspirational.
You know what though? Me too. I agree with the Tilla.
With the tag team that they just made tonight, no.
I don't know what tag team they made. Don't spoil it.
Iconics.
Don't spoil it for me. But okay. So Paige.
I love the Iconics.
Paige is one, and I feel like we're all kind of unanimous on that, just because that's like the most possible realistic. Victoria, maybe.
See, I said Victoria.
Victoria.
But if she comes out, I don't want her to use the "I ain't the lady to mess with." I want her to use
No, man. I've lost my mind. Her and AJ Lee, past crazy chick, future crazy chick, and Mickey James. Get them all in there.
Hell yeah, let them be a stable.
Stable crazies?
Stable,
damn right.
CM Punk could lead him, and the faction could just be called ID Crazy Chicks.
By elegance. You guys think we're getting any more NXT call-ups in the Rumble, or are we done?
I don't know about call-ups,
but
I do think that we could see like Sol Ruka appearing.
Sol Ruka, yeah. Ash by Elegance also was a fair shout by Ryan.
Sol Ruka for the Kofi Kingston spot.
There you go.
That's fair. Sol Ruka could get away with that.
To be fair, the only thing that's holding me back on really committing to the Ash by Elegance thing is because they are hinting heavily that she's cleared. And she says she's back and she's doing things, but I ain't seen her take a bump.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, hope that suffices you. And I guess that is it then. We went way longer than I thought we would, but part of it is because we started going off on nerd conversation, and I'm here for it because, it was a slow week in wrestling. It really
was.
You know, aside from Saturday night's main event and the Trey Miguel thing, like there really wasn't anything to talk about.
To be honest, those are the best weeks in wrestling, isn't it? Because then you don't have to talk about some bullshit.
Yes and no. It's good because, to your point, you don't have to deal with drama. It's bad when you do a weekly wrestling podcast and then there's nothing to talk about.
To be fair,
it would have been better. It would have been better if this had been a heavy watch along week.
Yeah.
Because then we could have covered all that stuff. But it wasn't. Like we only had Saturday night's main event.
But
if this had been next week or last week,
yeah,
we had all the shows to talk about and it was dead.
To be fair, that's why you always have us, who's on slow weeks, because then we can just prolong the conversation.
Exactly. You know, we had almost an hour and a half conversation about nerdism. Ranging from Power Rangers to anime, Ninja Turtles, the whole nine.
I just realized y'all stole our stick. I'm getting in touch with my lawyer. Oh wait,
we didn't steal anything.
I'm kidding.
Because it is a good way to plug and promote, James. So while we do that, Ryan, why don't you plug and promote? Because you are far more better spoken than the Yahoo underneath you.
Hey.
Damn.
Because you're right doesn't mean you have to point it out.
Oh, refer to Burger. Shut up, Vince.
I don't want.
So, you know, if you happen to like, you know, mine and James's specifically, our you know, autistic antics. You like wrestling, you might be able to find us every Monday on YouTube and X on the Wrestle Collective X account, the Wrestle Collective at WC Worldwide, and the Wrestle Collective YouTube and J Hebert Side 95 for Wrestling with Ism, 5:30 every single Monday Eastern time. Also, this goes to everybody because you know you guys don't say this enough to everything. So like, subscribe, and ding the bell to everybody who happens to be here and all of that jazz. But I'm not going to give the full plugs in terms of mine and James's BS. I'm really tired.
Every time you said everybody, I kept thinking of the Backstreet Boys song, Everybody.
And one last thing, shopwc.com.
Shopwc.com. Yeah, you're damn right.
All right.
I'll plug the rest.
Contractually obligated.
Yeah, I will plug the rest, Ryan. You may go bed buys, and then I will go bed buys after you go bed buys. So there you go.
All right, James, go ahead.
You can find me on the YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at JHebertSide95. And on Facebook, James He-Man Hebert. I do really cool and dumb things on the internet. Okay, big news. The documentary is going to be done this week. Parts 1 and 2. Parts 1 and 2. The new parts 1 and 2 rendered. They're going to go up. Parts 3 and 4 are going to be rendered this week. So be on the lookout. This is the week. For real this time. I'm not even kidding. This is the week. So be on the lookout. And then, yeah, you can check us out on the Wrestle Collective. Everything else that wasn't plugged, Carlos does, Monday Night Carlos, or it might be just the Raw recap. I believe it's just the Raw recap with Dev. You can check that out. You can check us out on Wrestling with Tism, like he said. You can also check us out on Queens Road. Queens Road's going to be coming up this week, so be on the lookout. Queens Road is all women's showcase week for people who like women's wrestling. And you can check us out on the Wrestle Collective Weekly Podcast, as well as Wednesday Night Chaos with Carlos. And you can check out all of our weekend spaces if we do any assortment of them, whether it's an advocate, whether it's the fish fry with Ryan, something of that nature. And then, yeah, just tune into this channel and tune into Simply Reliable Shorts, which I'm sure JJ will plug. But we got a lot of watch-alongs this weekend, especially, which I know JJ will get to. So you'll see me on those more than likely, probably. And until then, hamburger.
We're in California. I don't think we're gonna get that much of a severe weather here. But thank you.
Don't remind me of fucking weather. I hate Michigan cold weather.
I don't know what this cold weather you speak of.
I was going to say,
lucky.
I do know what cold weather is. I'm a little bit higher altitude than Datilla. It's 38 where I am. I literally have a portable heater to the right of me that's been blowing all night.
It's 51 here.
Yeah, see, big difference. She's down like Los Angeles. I'm up in the high desert area. So
yeah,
we actually get snow up here occasionally.
No. What?
My old tires
I don't know
outside right now still got snow.
This is a foreign concept to me.
Yeah, we get snow up here usually one day a year. I remember when I first moved up here, I was driving for Lyft and it started snowing, so I put my Christmas playlist on in the car. It was March. I'm driving around listening to Christmas music because it's legitimately snowing. But we have to keep in mind that a lot of our crew is on the East Coast. Noah in Ohio is snowed in. Probably won't get to go to church tomorrow, which sucks for him. James is in Massachusetts. Charles is in Michigan. Ryan, I believe, is in Indiana. Obviously, we have the Canadians, Nick and Ash, Toronto, Ontario, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. So, and then you've got the Californians, where the coldest it gets is, like this right now.
Well, Walter's up north, so he might be a little colder for him up there too.
Maybe because he's closer to the PNW, the Pacific Northwest,
Mm-hmm.
being in the Bay Area. But yeah, go ahead, Charles, promote yourself.
You got it. You can follow me on Twitter at 2DogRandall. There you go.
Nice and easy.
Yep, simple as that. There's no way to
Yeah, you said Noah's gimmick of being simple.
Okay.
All right, Charles, thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
You got it. Of course, no problem.
Check you out next time. Datilla.
Sorry. Yeah, you can check me out on YouTube, Rangers of Wrestling. You should follow me on Twitter at @Datilla_. I'm still working on bringing back my wrestling reviews on a weekly basis. And then I also am looking forward to bringing more Power Rangers content. Like I said earlier, we are celebrating 25 years of Time Force and 20 years of Mystic Force. So maybe I'll do something for Time Force and Mystic Force.
Sounds good. And then for me, you can find me on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube Casa D18 Studios, X ROWJJ Williams, and Casa D18 Studio. No S at the end of studios on the X. Make sure you subscribe and follow the Simply Reliable Studios on X at SR Studios 2024. And as James alluded to, we have a huge watch-along week this weekend, beginning on Thursday. MLW Battle Riot and Reign of Honor Global Wars, both on Thursday. I know Battle Riot MLW is going to have James and Ryan. Noah will be doing Global Wars. I'm not sure who will be on it with him. James and Ryan will also be doing House of Glory, City of Angels on Friday. Saturday is the Saudi Rumble, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, as well as GCW Crushed Up on Saturday afternoon. And of course, we'll have Shenanigans and we'll recap all of those shows. And then
I forgot to mention, sorry, don't mean to jump, but I'll actually be at House of Glory. I'm so excited to be at that show. Yeah. That's cool. That's really, really cool. You're going to be there.
And then on Sunday, JCW, that's Jersey Championship Wrestling, not Juggalo Championship Wrestling. But Jersey Championship Wrestling will be doing the Superpower Slam, an event for the neurodivergent community. And I know Ryan and James are going to be doing that and possibly bringing in their TISM brethren, Hannibal, as all three of them do the wrestling with TISM, which autism is obviously a neurodivergent thing. So I think they want to get the whole TISM crew on that show. So again, lots of stuff coming this week and this weekend. 6 watch-alongs in total. Going to be very busy, so be on the lookout for all of those. Let me see what the comment was because it showed up. And then, of course, mentioned it earlier, February 7th, Rachel Lay will be here on the Shenanigans talking about her career, answering questions. She'll be competing at Poder Mania in Vegas. So make sure you guys mark the date, February 7th. And we have Rachel Lay on the show. That is going to do it and wrap things up for the entire Simply Reliable Studios crew. I am the Renegade JJ Williams. Thanking everybody for joining us and tuning in. And we will see you guys next time.